The usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
And who wouldn't want to lay down by his side? Tommy the Cat, Primus, and there's you're holding up your finger like there's a reason. Is it
On this day.
On this day.
Tom Waits
Yeah.
was born.
Oh. How old is Tom now?
He is 68.
He
He is Tommy the Cat.
And shows every mile of
Yeah.
that 68. But he plays the part of Tommy the Cat in that song.
And then Les Claypool does the
Primus.
my son, my giant son.
Little Bill, your giant son.
Yes,
Are you
Little
going to
Bill.
start referring to him as your giant son from
Little
now
Bill,
on?
my giant son.
I think that's because that's
he
funny.
is giant.
He is.
He
He makes me nervous.
he's what 6'3", I think,
Yeah.
and hulking.
Yeah.
As a young boy, I introduced him to Tom Waits, and he loves Tom Waits. He goes around muttering Tom Waits lyrics and so but
Tom
I don't,
Waits mutters Tom Waits lyrics.
But I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows that song. I don't
Really?
because it's not really it's a Primus song. I don't think he knows it.
well,
Anyway.
it's your job as a good parent
I
to
will, too.
introduce him to Primus.
Yeah. So our war on Christmas, being the liberal media elite,
That's right.
as I came into the building today, down in the lobby, there's about half dozen poinsettias
Well, now what
that
the...
someone has festively just set it up against the wall. There it is, Christmas.
I thought we made it clear that
I think we need to. I think we need to go down and
just set it on fire or
do
something.
away with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to maybe just a little poison.
well, they are poison.
Yeah,
You know how you're not supposed to eat them?
But they're not going to poison themselves. so Gina, they're not going to eat themselves.
No.
I say we call Mr. Soros. We get one of his big trucks over here.
Hey, George.
Throw him in the back.
Yeah.
And have him haul them away.
But fortunately, we do have here in the studio our small liberal media elite spit tree.
Yes.
It's
our
a
spitting
s-
tree.
It's a small Christmas tree that we can contemptuously spit on
And this big one, too.
in our war on Christmas.
And look, I'm going to make it even more liberal media elite. See this? We got a Christmas card from Republican Lieutenant Governor Spencer Cox. I'm going to put it on our holiday tree
Rip it up. No, rip it up.
so that we can spit on it as well. Because we're
That's what we
liberals-
It's the
do.
war on Christmas.
We're liberal
That's what
media
we do.
elites spitting on Christmas.
The war on Christmas, and that's what we do.
So here I go. I'm putting it on our holiday tree.
By the way, I just want to say to Spencer Cox and his family, they're lovely on there. And
I love
would,
his wife. I think she's awesome.
I would Abby. Yeah, I just like to wish them a Merry Christmas.
No,
I'm sorry.
Bill,
Can't, as a
stop.
I'm
member
sorry.
of the
I'm sorry.
As much as you, Bill Allred, would like to.
A happy holiday.
We are here to destroy Christmas.
Have a fine holiday. We wish you all the best of the holiday
No.
season.
See?
Never mind the fact that the media makes most of its money off of Christmas.
Right. Yeah,
We're trying to destroy it.
of course. All right. I guess we need to officially begin the show. Of this, thank God, doesn't count. So how about you call and check in with us in our next break? 877-602-9696 is the number to call. That's 877-602-9696. Be a part of the least popular feature that Radio from Hell does. It's
You'll tell your
check-ins.
grandchildren about it. And then there was the time I called the radio station and checked.
What's calling? What is that?
No, Gina, they will hide it in shame. Are you kidding me? People go away in shame after they check in. They don't tell anybody. No. It's like being caught naked in public or something. 877-602-9696. Call in, check in with the Radio from Hell show, and make sure your carpets are clean, too, before you do.
ZeroRes.com.
Yes, holidays, a lot of family traditions.
One of my traditions is I call Zero Res twice. I call them at the beginning of the holiday season to get my carpets cleaned, and then Lord knows I need them cleaned at the end of
Well,
it.
see, I was usually it's one or the other.
No,
I was
no,
going
I
to
do
ask
bo- I
whether
do
you're
both.
whether you're one or the other.
I do
but-
both.
Zero Res is surprised, Gina, that you have dirty relatives traipsing through your house at Christmas. But Zero Res, give them a call. They can clean your carpet, your tile, your countertops, and other surfaces, and they do a great job. And they don't use any chemicals or harsh
Or detergent.
No,
yeah.
nothing like that. So They use shoe covers to keep the dirt out. So don't wait. Call Zero Res, mention us, and you can get just $33 a room to get everything cleaned up. That's Zero Res, 801-288-9376 or 288-ZERO.
X96 invites you to help people experiencing homelessness this holiday season. Tonight, almost 3,000 people, including 800 children, will be safe and warm in the Road Homes Emergency Shelters or Housing Program.
Drop off blankets, coats, boots, hats, and gloves at any Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer and join us on December 20th and 21st as we do our annual broadcast from the Road Home. X96 will broadcast live for 2 days from the Road Home's Salt Lake Community Shelter to raise funds to provide shelter, supportive services, and housing all year long.
Go to x96.com for Rocky Mountain Chevrolet dealership donation locations or make a cash donation. Help Utahns get back on the road to their own home.
Foo Fighters are back.
Ladies and gentlemen, direct from the haunted house near you, he's the guy who chased you out at the end. He wears,
I was scared.
He wears the hockey mask and threatens you with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
He is Chainsaw Guy.
Yeah. How are you? You're the little girl who wet her pants last time, aren't you?
You scare me every time, James.
Yeah.
Chainsaw Guy, it's good to see you. Of course, a lot of people know you as the guy who chases you out at the end of the haunted house with the chainsaw.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
And you've been very busy.
Yes, very busy. This is my big night.
But a lot of people don't know that Chainsaw Guy is also a very sensitive man, especially in the ways of love and
Oh,
relationships.
thank you. And I am a licensed sex therapist.
Now, when
Sex therapy?
when you are
Sure, why
doing
not?
when you're doing your sessions, do you wear the mask, or do you take it off ever?
The mask never comes off. I do change the jumpsuit occasionally. You like the new one?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, well, I thought it was time for a new set of overalls, and so I got the bright orange like a prison inmate.
It's very nice.
Yeah,
It adds to the menace.
thank you.
All right, Chainsaw Guy, we have. I believe we indulge her every year. Chainsaw Guy, we have on the line Tim, who Tim is on the line, who's desperately in need of some of your love advice. Tim, go ahead and tell Chainsaw Guy exactly what's going on and ask your question when you're finished.
Sure, Chainsaw Guy. Well, my question is, I'm in a relationship with a girl named Audrey right now, and everything's going swimmingly with her. She's great. The problem is with her mother.
Oh.
Her whole family is all LDS and very LDS, and I'm very not LDS.
Yes.
Her mother naturally has a problem with that.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to know, Chainsaw Guy, what should I do?
Well, Tim, I think I think, and I don't think it is. My choice is hers. I don't think it is something. I have to see, and again, and then mother and daughter, that you take both of them, that you send those children, for a lot of not ordinary and a carry on talk, and I take the person over, and it's the visitor. And then I end up doing both.
So there you go, Tim.
Thank you very much.
I left out the part where Chainsaw Guy has his chainsaw with him.
Yeah.
It's all a key
It's a pulling.
part of the. It's a pulling. Yes, it is a pulling.
I got
Catherine,
rid of a heck of armor.
I don't blame you. Catherine, Chainsaw Guy is here. What is your question?
All right. I'm curious because I've been dating this guy
Yeah?
a couple weeks.
Are you bi-curious?
Are you bi-curious? Is what he's asking.
That's what I said. Are you bi-curious?
No. I'm just curious because he keeps on saying that he wants to just love me to pieces.
Oh,
And I just don't know if I should let him do that because it kind of creeps me out.
Uh-huh. Well,
so Chainsaw Guy, what should Catherine do?
well, Catherine, I can do the first of the Lord is to get a refrigerated truck, and then you do it in the thing. And then the second of the Lord, he and then I kind of get a little bit, and then around, and then he just flies him, and then he will further, and then he can live more of you in more places.
There you go, Catherine. I hope that helped. Are we done, Gina?
One more.
I'm always up, although I'm very busy. I've got
You know, he does have to go and sharpen the chainsaw blade.
One
but-
more. Just one more.
All right.
What do you mean? It's not a chainsaw blade. It's a chain, you idiot.
Yeah. Brittany,
Hello.
Hi, Brittany.
Chainsaw Guy is here. What is your, tell us about your situation and then ask Chainsaw Guy what to do.
I have this friend that we've been friends for a long time, and I have a crush on him, and I just met his new girlfriend, and he wants me to honestly tell him what I think of her, and I can't stand her, and I want to tell him how I feel, but I just don't know. Chainsaw Man, what should I do?
Well, and I just Catherine, Brittany, what are you doing? I think I know. And then go first. So you get a girlfriend, and then you go to heaven. You really have a partner. So what you need to do is tell about it here what you think about. And then you go in, and then I think I'm now going for expression. And then if you think I do anything, and then you want to do, and then I think the power is end up in a three-way.
So there you go.
Thank you.
Brittany, thank you.
No, thank you.
Can I go now? I've got a lot of people to scare.
Yes, thank you very much.
Sure.
Chainsaw Guy.
Are they performing now?
All right, yes. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Chainsaw Guy. It's just amazing he makes time on Halloween.
Look at that. He's out the door. Look at that.
There he goes.
Here he goes. Orange jumpsuit, his pulling chainsaw. There he
Hockey
goes.
mask.
For another year, gone.
Glad he got rid of the Husqvarna.
Yeah.
It's not as scary as a
No.
pulling
No.
because they're higher pitched.
I remember when he started, all he could afford was an eager beaver.
Hell Show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
You hear that? 877-602-9696 to check in. And nope, only Kimberly, ever faithful Kimberly, has so far called in. She's on the line now. We'll get to you in a second, Kimberly. But you've got to call and check in, or we'll have to stop doing the least popular feature we've ever done.
Oh, no.
And I think people would rise up and say thank you. So,
Starting the show brought to you by You Need Health Insurance. Select Health has got you covered. Come to the open enrollment event this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Select Health, 53rd South in Murray.
who is this guy that's doing the
I don't
sponsors
know. Yeah.
today? The
Gina's
moon-
got her Mistress of the Dark voice going.
You bet.
This is her K-Bear voice.
Gina couldn't be here today. This guy has replaced her. The moon is 79.1% of full. It will set today at 11:21 a.m. Today being Thursday. It's the day that will live in infamy. It's the 7th day of December in the year of our Lord 2017. And this is North America's nattering morning radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Carrie Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi, who couldn't be here today. So her brother Frank Barberi is filling in for her.
Gino.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, you're
Gina,
right, Terry.
that was going to
Gino.
be my name if I was a boy. So.
Yeah, Gino Barberi is filling in today. The senior executive producer and lady in waiting to the Radio from Hell show, Richard Stedman. Dylan Allred, no relation, producing video for the show, which you can see at x96.com/live. Yeah.
Oh, is he here?
Yeah, Dylan's
Why was
here.
I thinking he wasn't here today? Okay.
He's being quiet,
I guess.
And Nick Shabuddy, Nick Pal is helping out, and it is Pearl Harbor Day, December 7th. 1947? 1941. Oh, yeah, the movie. When the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. And it's also Fairy Floss Day.
What?
Fairy Floss.
I don't know what that is.
Yes, you do.
I do?
It's cotton candy. Called in Britain Fairy Floss.
That's a better name.
Which
for
I
it.
think is a much better name.
Then cotton
Because
candy.
who wants to eat cotton?
Yeah.
But it looks like cotton.
It is, yeah.
And it is candy.
Yeah. But
Oh, this
it also
is tough.
It also looks like if there were fairies and they produced floss.
Floss?
Floss.
Floss.
I like it. Fairy Floss Day.
You go ahead with that then.
All right.
All right, let's see. Let's begin the check-ins with... yes?
It's brought to you by Dr. Volt's Comic Connection. They have everything you're looking for this holiday season, whether it's comic, anime, cards, games, or even action figures. Dr. Volt's located at 2043 East, 33rd South in Salt Lake.
Thanks, Gino.
The ever-faithful Kimberly.
Hi, Kimberly.
Good morning.
Thanks for checking in with us. Are you in your car across the street?
No, I'm back to taking the train now that I've
All right.
finally gotten rid of all the pain and had my surgery.
Well, I'm glad for that. And besides, you just kind of unnerved us when you were parked in your car across the street, and we saw you peering at us with those binoculars.
Yeah.
It was just kind of weird, you know.
I didn't know I had binoculars in my car. I'll have to go look again.
Kimberly, are you going to have an okay day today?
I think I'm going to give 80%. I'm still in recovery stage, so I'm still
All right. Well,
easy a lot right now, but it's good that I have a desk job because it helps a lot that I can still work.
All right.
You know?
All right.
Thanks, Kimberly. We'll see you. Let's go to Aaron. Hello, Aaron.
Aaron.
Hello, Lord. Good morning, radio.
Hi, Aaron. What are you doing?
I just got to work. I was late today, so I was able to call in.
Oh, what do you do for work, Aaron?
I'm the engineer up on base.
Up on base. I didn't know they had trains up there.
Up to base.
Up to base.
Up to the base. I didn't know they had any trains up there.
Got a train that goes all the way around the whole thing.
Oh, does
yeah,
it?
like
Oh.
Disneyland.
No, I'm the aeronautical engineer. I flew here.
Oh.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Well, Aaron, thanks for being a part, and thanks for helping make this the least popular feature.
You did
we
very
do.
well with that,
Yeah.
Ash.
Yes.
Yeah. You and Kimberly really have done it. So
Thanks,
Thank
Aaron.
you.
My pleasure.
yeah, see you later. 877-602-9696.
Shannon is checking in.
Let's see if Shannon can help really just drag this feature right down into the end of its life. Shannon, how are you?
I'm good. How are you all?
Well, Gino is filling in for Gina because Gina is sick today.
I'm great.
Yeah. But Gino, you're okay?
I mean, he sounds amazing.
Oh, thank you.
He's pretty hot. Shannon, what are you doing today?
I am actually heading to work, and this is my first time checking in. I listen to you guys every morning, so I've always been kind of nervous to check in, but I thought I'd do it today.
Well, we're not going to be mean to you. What do you do for work, Shannon?
I do CenturyLink business, so I sell internet data, security, all that good fun stuff to businesses around Salt Lake.
All right.
Coast.
That's it. I'm going to be mean to you. Thanks for checking in. And how long is your commute to work? How many minutes?
It's about 25 minutes, depending with construction going on.
Yeah, and then do you still listen at work, or do you have to turn it off?
Oh, no. I listen to work on my headphones.
Okay.
Good girl.
All right, Shannon. Thanks. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shannon. All right. So let's see. Teacher Emily checking in. Good Godfrey checking in. The chat room voted and said to go with Good Godfrey as my nickname. So for now on, when I'm checking in, that's the name that you'll know it's me.
Okay.
All right.
Brace Face Holly checking in.
Oh, Holly.
Ogden Shut In checking in. Mike checking in from Wasatch Boulevard, waiting for Canyon Transportation to take me to work.
Oh, you work up at one of the resorts?
One of the resorts, I guess, yeah.
Tim the Tree Guy checking in. Let's see, who else we got in here? Stacy from Orem checking in. Some asshat broke into my car yesterday.
Damn.
Took an old purse that had nothing of value and then tossed it a few miles away. See, that's the thing, Stacy. You can't have anything in your car.
Because in your mind, you're thinking, well, that's not my real purse.
But,
they don't know that
you know,
when they
here's the term that I was taught. Anything of perceived value. Now, you may not perceive its value, but someone else might. So just don't keep
You'd be
anything
mad if
in
they
your-
break your window and...
Exactly. Sparky the Dinosaur checking in. Just freestyle the show today, guys. The hell with the plan.
Huh.
He thinks we have a plan.
Huh. Yeah.
Let's see. Good morning, lords and lady. Things that need to go. Your intro song. Just start talking at 6 a.m.
You don't want the song?
We play 2 songs a day: intro song and potty break. That's it.
You trying to make our job even harder? Jeez.
Our friend from Spanish, FARC.
Hmm.
Well, okay.
All right. I guess we'll do the show.
We could put it up to a vote about the intro song. We'll see. I don't know.
Hey, Gino, is there any traffic?
We've got slowage southbound I-15 in Davis County. There's a vehicle blocking the right shoulder near Center Street in Clearfield. That's the only incident that UDOT's telling us so far this morning, unless you see something and say, hey, UDOT, what about this over here? You text that to me, 33986. Brought to you by Snow is coming, and your car or truck should be equipped for it now. Snow tires at Big O Tires start at just $39.95. New wipers are a good idea as well. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
All right. Coming up after these, we got some news for you, Big Boy News, then Geek News on the radio. And then at 7 o'clock, the game that everyone wants to play, it's Beat Gina.
Beat Gino.
Beat Gino today.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
I wonder, now, Gino, do you know how to play this game?
Sure.
All right. This is Jim Morrison / Doors trivia. So you could. What's the prize that they win if they beat you?
Prohibition gift card.
All right.
And I love the Doors, so I'm wondering if I would do well in this quiz. I play along in my mind.
I bet you would.
It's pretty basic.
Well, okay.
I think you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll do well.
I'll play along in my mind and let you know how I do.
Thank you very much. Big Boy News is next. OmahaSteaks.com. Just in time for the holidays. These are terrific. I mean, I order them year-round and enjoy them, but some people wait for this deal that they usually do around this time of year. It's the family gift pack. And I can understand why they enjoy this package. This is amazing. It's only $49.99. And you get all of this. Now, there's shipping involved, of course, but for $49.99, you get this. 2 filet mignons, 2 top sirloins, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 kielbasa sausages, 4 burgers, 4 potatoes au gratin, 4 caramel apple tartlets, 1 Omaha Steaks seasoning packet, and because you heard it here on X96, they're going to give you 4 additional kielbasa sausages for free. Now, here's how you do it. You have to go to omahasteaks.com and look for their search bar on their website. So you're going to search their website for X96. Just put those 3 characters in there, X96, hit enter, and it'll take you to the place where you can get this 75% savings. This gift is guaranteed to be a hit.
Want music? Listen at 10 for a 1-hour non-stop music wingding on X96.
I could talk about this now because my wife's Christmas party is over, the one that she has at work. And one of the deals is they do a white elephant every year, and it's an exchange, and then they do that. I don't know what's it called, where it's like, I'll take that, and you have this.
You do like
a big
swap. Yeah, like
what's
a
it called?
like a barter. I don't know the
something
technical
swap.
Yeah.
Anyway, and she went on an Etsy site, and she sent for these crocheted coasters.
Cool.
That was the gift she was taking to the party.
And the reason they were funny is they were shaped like cats' butts. So they were round, and there was a
little butthole
in the middle, and then there were little legs and a tail. Okay, so someone had crocheted those.
Okay.
So she sent for 4 of those.
Okay.
And because it was like an Etsy thing, the packaging that they send is not going to be professional.
Right.
So just essentially the person stuffed them in an envelope and put them in the mail.
In fact, the cheaper you can send them, then maybe you can keep a little bit of the postage on your end. Sure.
Exactly. So we get the envelope, and it's in this plastic bag. We care.
We care.
From the Postal Service. Now, I like the Postal Service. I like our post office. I like our postal workers.
I think the U.S. mail is great.
They do a great job.
Yeah.
This envelope was soaked in some kind of chemical that smelled like paint thinner.
Huh.
But I like the fact that above the We Care, someone had taken a label maker and made made the little label that says leaked on.
So there was an accident.
So there was some sort of accident with a chemical that they were mailing that smelled like turpentine.
And they put it in that plastic bag.
Yeah.
And then
So were the cat butt coasters ruined?
Surprisingly, no. She was able to get them cleaned up, and they had a slight smell of paint thinner or turpentine or whatever.
Well, that just made them better.
Yeah.
But anytime I mail a package, they ask me, "Is this flammable?" Or clearly the liquid that leaked on these cat butt coasters was flammable. Some people get to mail flammable stuff, and some do not.
Or they lie.
Or they lie.
Yeah.
But I just.
Well, that's nice. So the Postal Service rescued the.
Well, they just put it in that bag.
Oh, they put the whole envelope.
Yeah, they put the whole envelope in the bag.
So it wouldn't get on other things.
So it
too.
wouldn't get on other things,
Because we care.
Sorry about your cat butt coasters. Gag gift.
Yeah.
But the other, whatever it is not going to get leaked on because we got it taken care of.
What's the fine print underneath all of that?
We sincerely regret the damage to your
Yes.
mail during the handling by the Postal Service. We hope this incident did not inconvenience you.
Okay.
We realize that your mail is important to you and that you have every right to expect it to be delivered in good condition.
It's not a personal message. It doesn't go into. We know these valuable cat butt coasters
It's sincerely your plant manager, processing and distribution.
Oh, I see.
And Gina Barberi on X96.
All right, 6:35. Geek News coming up. Beat Gina at 7. Right now, Big Boy News and a Pinuendo. Brought to you by
Haster Games. They have the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it, located at 6831 South State and online at hastergames.com.
All right, for you, Gina, a story of murder.
I love them.
A Vermont man has denied in court papers allegations that he killed his millionaire grandfather in 2013 and claims he doesn't know the whereabouts of his mother, who disappeared after a boat they were on, sank.
This was not a boat accident.
Off Rhode Island. Nathan Carman has been called a suspect in the shooting death of 87-year-old real estate developer John Chakalos in Connecticut. No one's been arrested. There's a picture of him, Gina, at x96.com/live.
Oh, yeah, he totally did it.
He's a murderer.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a murderer.
You would say he's a murderer.
Oh, no question. No question.
They say he killed them because they were very, very wealthy, and he was going to get some money in a lawsuit, in an inheritance. In July, the three sisters of Linda Carman filed a lawsuit in New Hampshire accusing Nathan of killing Chakalos, the grandpa, and possibly his own mother. They've asked a judge to block Nathan from collecting money from his grandfather's estate. Chakalos left more than $29 million to his 4 daughters, including Linda, and $7 million of that could go to Nathan.
Nope.
You think he'll be?
I think he'll go to jail.
He'll finally be arrested.
Yeah.
Murder.
Or he'll disappear. That's my other prediction.
It is the most destructive wildfire season in California history, and it's just getting worse.
I'm sure you've all seen that video of the car driving on the 405 with just. It looks like they're driving straight into hell.
That's very close now. It's getting very close to downtown Los Angeles. If you've ever been to that beautiful Getty Museum that's up on the hill there it was right near that. The fire was just across the 405 from the Getty. There's a picture at x96.com/live. I was listening to there are several pictures now of these fires. It's like driving into hell, and it looks like hell. There are I heard a report on MSNBC today. There was a reporter there in the middle of all of it, and he said, "I've got this video. You've got to see this. Watch this." And it was a guy standing on the side of the road. I think it was the 405, and he was jumping up and down and gesticulating, and another driver saw him and pulled over. Then the guy bent down and he picked something up, and it was a little baby bunny that he was saving from the fire.
Well, you know what, they're sending out alerts for people there. They're saying wild animals are going to be coming out of the mountains. Yeah. Bring your animals inside, and if you could please put out some buckets of water for these animals because they're going to be coming through your neighborhoods. And
it's just amazing.
And there is no end in sight.
Yeah, and I don't think that like my brother-in-law and his wife, I don't think that they can move.
What do you mean? They're stuck?
I know that Drew takes the 101 into Santa Barbara to go to work, and she takes the 405 into L.A.
Well, they closed like 9 miles of the 405 down.
Temporarily.
Is it open?
But I thought I heard this morning that the 101 is closed.
I don't know. Wait a minute. That story I just had up, maybe that, I think there might, you want me to look here just quickly if I can find it?
No, it's fine. I mean,
well, our people aren't driving on it.
Yeah, I can call him. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I can't find it. All right, let's move on to another story. Although, in conjunction with that, there is no end in sight. This is normally California's rainy season. There is no rain in sight, according to long-range forecasts. And it is the same is true for here in Utah.
Yeah.
There is no precipitation in the at least 7-day and 10-day forecast. What there is smog.
Well, they're calling it, I was just reading about this, a long-duration inversion, meaning they can predict looking out. It's already started. They said it could go through to the end of December. Right now, the models are saying it's going to get worse and worse.
Yeah, because right now I've got through the 16th, nothing.
And so as I was coming into work today, walking across from the parking lot to the building, there's a guy parked on the side of the curb there on West Temple, just sitting there with his car idling. I wanted, if I had the guts, but I'd probably get shot, but I wanted to tap on the car and say, turn it off. Well, I've got to run the heater. Put on a coat. Get out of your car and go somewhere else warm.
And it does help if you can.
Do not idle.
If you can consolidate your trips, take public transport.
Palestinians. So Donald Trump has now done something that every world leader, except the Palestinian leaders, whoever they are, at this point, except for the Israeli Benjamin Netanyahu. So Benjamin Netanyahu has applauded Donald Trump for his move to, we're going to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel.
Evangelical Christians,
and we're going to build a beautiful embassy there. It'll be the best embassy you've ever seen. It'll be a monument to peace in the Middle East and in the world. Every single world leader, including the Pope, has said, this is insanity.
Mm-hmm.
You are crazy to do this. And already violence is flaring up in Palestine and in Israel, and it's going to flare up around the world.
That's why he did it. That's why he did it. This is a huge distraction, or they're hoping it is, from the Mueller investigation.
I'm afraid it's more than that. I'm afraid it's calculated to foment disruption and violence.
Well,
somebody wants we're going to cleanse the world.
Well,
here.
it's all part of that culture war, and he talked about this when he was running, that he was going to do this. And he is doing it to get his evangelicals. He's making them happy. He's catering to this 30% that still support him.
Well, and here it is. Here it is too. The only person who wanted him, who advised him to do this, is his son-in-law. This is his son-in-law's idea. The people who have a lot of experience, like Flynn
Masters,
Tillerson, the Secretary of State, and what's his name? Who's supposed to be keeping a rein
Kelly.
on stuff?
Kelly.
Yeah. These people are saying, "Don't do this." Everybody in the State Department says, "Don't." This is crazy.
I think Steve Bannon had a lot to do with it too.
Well,
I think he planted the seed when they were together.
And if there's more violence, especially this kind of violence in the world, if it comes down to should we impeach him or not, or should we throw him out of office or not, if the world is in a little bit more chaos, there's less likely to want to make a big change.
Well, and
like
Mike
that.
Pence is all for this too, I'm sure.
Yeah. And I'm getting a text here that says my husband's is in Israel, and he says the Israelis are very pleased. Well, of course.
Yeah.
Of course they're very pleased.
Well, not all of them. They're very conservative Israelis are. There are plenty of liberal people in Jews and in Israelis who are not happy with it because they know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Insulted by former presidential advisor Steve Bannon's verbal attacks this week on Mitt Romney, Mormons and elected leaders and scholars decried the rhetoric as disappointing, unjustified, and ugly politics. So Orrin Hatch, Mike Lee,
yes,
and the other representatives, Chris Stewart, and they've all said to Steve Bannon, "This is reprehensible. You attacking Mitt Romney like that. Hey, do you guys still support Moore being elected, Orrin? then you have no business criticizing Bannon." This is again insanity. This is what my right hand is doing, and this is what my left hand is doing, and I'm a moral person. Honest, I am. This is driving me insane.
All right. Sports weather traffic.
Sports brought to you by Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org. Well, U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, said on Wednesday that the United States' participation in the 2018 Winter Olympics in South Korea is, quote, open to question due to hostilities with neighboring North Korea. This is February. This is, a month and a half away.
So keep working, all you athletes.
But it's kind of up in the air as to whether we'll participate in that or not.
Oh, boy.
It's kind of up in the air.
We'll see, in whatever kind of way.
Yeah.
We'll
take a look at it.
BYU basketball, they beat Illinois State yesterday, 80-68. The Jazz are home tonight to Houston. That game starts at 8:30 p.m. tonight. That's sports. Weather, we sort of talked about it a little bit with the inversion. That's the news of the weather. Long duration inversion has set in and will be here
do we
for
need
the foreseeable future.
Do we need to do the weather at all until the 16th?
No, because here's what that means. The temperature really doesn't change.
It's going to be cold.
It's really cold in the morning and only gets up to the mid to upper 30s because the inversion is just kind of packed in and holds it steady. There's no wind to blow it out. There's no storm to blow it out. So from now until the 10-day outlook right now is just that mid to upper 30s, really cold at night and in the morning, and the air gets worse and worse. So please do whatever you can to limit your driving and idling. It does help.
I got something to blow it out.
Traffic. Let's see. Speaking of driving and whatnot. It's a pretty smooth drive so far this morning. A little bit of building happening around Point of the Mountain coming north into Salt Lake and down from Davis County into Salt Lake, but no accidents to report so far. Open enrollment questions tomorrow at 9 a.m. Radio from Hell with special guest Greg Reed from Select Health. Will be talking about health insurance open enrollment. For more information, visit selecthealth.org.
All right, thank you very much. Is this sponsored?
Geek News on the Radio, brought to you by satisfying all of your holiday needs since 1982, located in the heart of Trolley Square, the corner of 5th South, 7th East. It's Cabin Fever. Books, tin signs, lunch boxes, gift wrap, ribbons, and so much more. Cabin Fever, so much more than a card store.
All right, I think I'm going to head there today. I got to get some holiday gifts for people.
Your Krampus gear?
Some Krampus stuff for people. Because, liberal media elite war on Christmas.
Right.
So I'll get the Krampus stuff. That'll help. Let's see. Alert.
What?
Alert.
What?
This evening, during Thursday night football.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What? Where's that?
Where is it?
It's on the TV, Carrie.
I guess you just search Thursday night football and it'll show up. There will be the release of the full trailer to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, I think it's called. Yes, Fallen King, the new Jurassic World movie.
Okay.
And plenty of Ian Malcolm.
Okay.
Just for you, Gina, because I know you like
that sort.
That guy.
I can't even picture him.
Why can't I think of his name?
Jeff Goldblum?
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh,
God, I couldn't pull up Jeff Goldblum's
That's
name.
who Jeff Goldblum
Yes,
is.
Ian
Okay.
Malcolm is the character's name. Jeff Goldblum. He is in it. I'm back talking about dinosaurs again, he says. But here's something that you can watch today. It is a trailer for a movie called Please Stand By.
Final entry. Spock and I are the sole survivors. Enterprise, are you there?
This is a movie.
Wendy. Good morning, Scotty.
Can we go over your everyday schedule?
This is a movie. This is a trailer for Please Stand By. It's written by Michael Gold-Amco, based on a one-act play. Stars Dakota Fanning as Wendy, an autistic woman who runs away from her group home so that she can turn in a Star Trek script to a national competition. Her story sends Spock to Deep Space Nine, which, as everyone in the trailer says, hey, that sounds awesome. According to previous reviews, the movie intercuts between what's actually happening in Wendy's life and a representation of her script, which is why you got that scene earlier with Spock. And this movie comes out January 26th. It's a ways away, but it's a representation of her script showing how much she identifies with Spock due to the way he processes emotions, and her being autistic, she identifies with Spock. So Patton Oswalt is in it.
She's out there alone.
She's a very resourceful girl.
And it's so yeah, go watch that today.
Okay.
It's sort of geek adjacent because of the Star Trek angle. Now this was kind of interesting yesterday. I was reading about this. It's still not enough to get me to do Stitcher Pay.
Yeah, no.
But yeah. Marvel Partners, it's Marvel Online Media, I think is what it's called. They're announcing a partnership with Stitcher, the podcast platform, for a scripted miniseries like radio play, podcast / radio play called Wolverine: The Long Night. It's going to launch in the spring of next year.
So there'll be special effects.
Yeah, 10-episode series written by novelist and DC Comics writer Ben Percy. Has been described by Marvel as a captivating hybrid of mystery and the larger-scale fantasy of the Marvel Universe, following two government agents investigating a series of murders in the fictional town of Burns, Alaska. I was saying Boo Earns. Their prime suspect, Wolverine, being played by Hobbit and Hannibal actor Richard Armitage, will play Wolverine. Now, I neglected to find the link and bring it for you here, but I would just suggest here's something else for you to listen to online today since you don't work at work. This isn't the first time that Marvel has done this sort of thing. In 1975, The company attempted 2 different takes on this idea.
Okay.
And the most interesting one was a concept album with music, and I'm not even going to bother you with that. But you can search for this online. It's on YouTube. Bill Murray played the Human Torch.
In the 70s?
In 1975.
Huh.
It was a 13-episode Fantastic Four radio series adapting early issues of the comic book series, featuring narration from Stan Lee. Like I said, I forgot the link, but I listened to it yesterday, and it's a young Stan Lee, you can tell.
Well, maybe you can find it and retweet it out.
That's what I'll do. But Bill Murray playing the Human Torch in 1975.
That's cool.
Look for that on YouTube. It is there. Let's see, the TV show Happy, which debuts early January.
Is this the
Oh,
weird
I thought
unicorn?
it was already on. No? Okay.
The weird
Yeah.
unicorn
Yeah.
cartoon?
With Chris Maloney.
Chris Maloney. It's based on a comic book by Grant Morrison. And he, you know my rule about giving a show 3 episodes?
Mm-hmm.
He's asking for you to give this 4 episodes. He says you've got
That's a lot to ask somebody before they're...
He says you've got to give it at least 4 episodes before you decide.
Okay.
He says I'm really excited to see is when people get into episodes 3 and 4. Episodes 1 and 2 set up the world as a very anarchic and crazy and fast-moving, but when you get to episode 3, it goes a lot deeper, and we start to understand a bit more about these characters and how they got to where they are. And by the time we get to episode 4, there's a mystical door that will open. That's where things get interesting. He says so. He wants you to give at least 4 episodes.
Okay, well,
to Happy.
All right,
give it a chance.
It's funny. I heard somebody talking about it on another, like a New York station this morning, and I thought, oh crap, I missed it.
No,
So it hasn't debuted yet.
Early January.
Okay.
So just be ready for that. And finally, this. I have a dilemma.
Uh-oh.
What?
All right. My most hated, most loved action figure is the same action figure.
Most hated and most loved?
Most hated and most loved.
It's the same.
And it's the very first R2-D2 action figure.
Okay.
Dylan, I think you can search for a picture of this. It's just R2-D2 action figure 1977, and it'll come up. It's awful,
Okay.
but I love it.
Okay.
All right. It was just little. It was like 2 inches tall,
Mm-hmm.
and had this shiny silver dome, and it clicked when you turned it, and it looked nothing like R2-D2's face. It had like 3, marks on it.
Mm-hmm.
The body was just kind of barrel shaped with a sticker.
Okay.
With his arms and all
Yeah.
of that stuff. It was just a sticker wrapped around there, and
Oh,
then
there it is.
There was just the 2 legs. There it is.
X96.com/live.
It is my most hated and most loved action figure.
Well, I know. I can see why you would love it. Why do you hate it?
I hate it because it's terrible.
Because it's inaccurate.
But
well, it was just so thrown together. It was just it was like hurry and get this thing out, and it was the best that we had at the time, and I love it because of sentimental reasons.
Yeah.
But it's an awful action figure. There it is at x96.com/live. So here's my dilemma.
Mm-hmm.
Gentle Giant, I think, is the name of the company. Yes. They have created a life-size replica, exact replica.
Buy it.
Of that
Come
action
on,
figure.
Buy it.
Now, they also have the Darth Vader version, which was also a terrible action figure. That first line of the original 12 were just not good action figures, but it was all we had, and we loved them dearly. But R2, of course, is my favorite. It is 3.5 feet tall. It's the same size as, actual R2-D2.
Mm-hmm.
It's $3,200.
Now here's the thing,
Well-
Carrie. You've always wanted a actual sized R2.
Yes. And they have those.
Well, that's what I mean.
But the one that I want is attached to this base, and I don't want it attached to a base. I just want R2. I just want him there. But this, so I'm stuck.
How much is this the original one worth?
That
if
one?
you were to sell it, yeah.
Oh, 50, 75.
Well, you're on your way to $3,000.
$3,200, and they're not calling it an action figure. Or a replica. It's a monument.
Wow, that sounds.
It's a monument,
It's
which
on a
makes it
pedestal.
sound very
Yeah.
serious. Oh, here's Sue. She says, "I'll buy a new purse. Go ahead and get it." So we're even.
$3,000 purse?
Oh, sure.
No
Really?
idea. You have no idea.
Oh my god! Oh my. Well,
You don't have any money to put in it, but it looks
well,
awesome.
you could put your action figure in it.
Oh, Happy started yesterday? Oh, I thought it was early January.
Yeah,
okay.
that's. Oh, so I did hear right.
Well, you have on demand. You're fine. You'll make it.
We've got slowage, I-15 southbound from Layton Parkway through most of Kaysville, northbound I-15 between Draper and Midvale, and northbound Bangor Highway approaching the 201, but no accidents to report now on the major freeways or on the city streets, so let's see if we can keep that up. That's traffic.
All right. Beat Gina.
Yes.
Line up now.
It's Doors Trivia. Call 877-602-9696. And what do they win? Prohibition gift card?
You get a Prohibition gift card, but what do I get if I win? Well, I would like you to promise, and Karma will get you if you don't do it, a donation to the Road Home, Candy Cane Corner, Utah Food Bank, something like that. You got to promise you're going to do it. We don't take your donation. We have to just trust that you're going to do it.
And hi, this is Karma. I know the phone numbers of the people who call.
Okay.
So I'll get them.
Okay.
Okay?
You'll get them.
I'll get them.
All right.
877-602-9696 is the number to call to play Beat Gina Doors Trivia.
All right. 877-602-9696. Yes?
Mattress Firm.
Yes.
Having their holiday sale. It's the Winter Slumber Sale. And you can, it's going on through December 25th, which is a significant day for some reason that I can't remember. But it is winter, so you get a free box spring when you pick out your perfect mattress. Every perfect night's sleep needs a perfect foundation, and this one is free.
And you think you pick out your perfect mattress because you do what we tell you to do. You go to Mattress Firm, you take your time, you try out the different mattresses they have there. You make a selection, you take it home, and you keep it for 120 days. And maybe for some reason, somewhere in that 120 days, you decide it's not the right mattress for you. Mattress Firm will take it back, and they'll make good on it and find you one that does work.
Save 70%, up to 70% on your favorite name brand floor samples, including Beauty Rest, Serta, Hampton and Rhodes, and also great discounts on pillows and any accessory that you can dream of at Mattress Firm. It's we all sleep on mattresses we got there. You can find a Mattress Firm store near you by going to mattressfirm.com.
X96 is your home for non-stop music. We give you a 1-hour non-stop music wingding 3 times a day.
This is very unorthodox.
At 10 a.m., right after Radio from Hell, at 1 p.m. while you're listening in the workplace, and at 4:30 for your drive home.
What's all this mean? Can't you say it in English?
1-hour non-stop music wingdings 3 times a day at 10, 1, and 4:30. Only on X96. Radio from Hell is on X96. Oh, and on Twitter. Follow us at Radio from Hell.
Oh, well, we have a line open for Beat Gina, 877-602-9696. Is it brought to you by anyone?
Tell them what they'll win, Bill. God, I have to remind you of your line.
I just...
Okay. And so if
not sure I like this direction.
So if you're playing Beat Gina, tell them what they'll win, Bill.
To our contestants who play Beat Gina, tell them what they win, Bill.
What?
Oh, sorry, I didn't even have the music ready. You got me all...
Well, Carrie, Beat Gina. Contestants can win a Prohibition gift card. Prohibition, Utah's sexiest new speakeasy. It's a $25 gift card to Prohibition. Have a roaring holiday season at Prohibition. Book your holiday parties in their intimate private room, complete with its own bar. Come see what everyone has been whispering about. Prohibition, located at Fashion Place Mall in Murray, next to Nordstrom's. Line up and reservations at prohibition.com. That's prohibitionutah.com.
All right, 87. Oh, there we go. I think we're getting a contestant. The game is Beat Gina, of course. And
That's right, Carrie.
And
Bill
if you,
just likes his opportunity to use the game show announcer voice.
If you beat Gina, then you're going to win that gift card from Prohibition. They got great food there. But if she beats you, you've got to promise to donate
and I'm
to the
serious.
road home.
You got to
All right.
promise to make a donation this holiday season.
And let's see. Nothing happened on this day, but tomorrow is Jim Morrison's birthday. That's why we're doing Doors trivia.
Okay.
So you've got to select.
We could have done Pearl Harbor trivia,
That's
World War II trivia.
things,
It's
yeah.
December 7th. Nothing happened
Come on,
on
Nick.
this day.
Did you go to
Nick?
school? I thought you were in college.
Nick
What's-
likes the Doors, I think is what is going on here. All right, so here are your contestants. You have to choose. Line 1 is offering up $50 and 5 coats.
Oh, okay.
To the Ogden Homeless Shelter.
Okay.
So I guess this person's calling from Ogden. Chris is offering $10 to the road home. And line 3 is offering $25 to the road home.
Well, I think we obviously need to go with line 1.
The
on
highest
this.
bid,
Yeah.
of course. All right, so that means you'll be playing against John.
Hello, John.
Well, good morning.
Good morning, John. Are you a Doors fan?
I wouldn't say I'm a fan.
All
No,
right.
a little bit.
Now, this is trivia about Martin overhead doors.
Let's see. So, it's best if you go first because the first person to 3 points wins, and this gives you the first shot. Heads or tails, you call it.
Let's go ahead.
All right, so coin toss app will decide. It is heads. You will go first. Multiple choice. This is your first question. Let's see, John. And if you get it wrong, then Gina gets a chance to steal. So here we go. First question. John, Jim Morrison got the Doors banned from the Ed Sullivan Show for not changing the lyrics to what song? Was it A, Roadhouse Blues, B, Light My Fire, C, Touch Me, D, Yes, the River Knows?
Ooh, let's go C.
Which is Touch Me? Incorrect. Gina.
Light My Fire.
Very good.
Light my fire, light my fire, light my fire.
What lyric was... That's 1 point for Gina.
He was supposed to change Girl, We Couldn't Get Much Higher.
Oh, it's a drug
because
reference.
it's a drug reference, and he did not change it. He sang the song the way he was supposed to.
You know, I knew Ed Sullivan, and he didn't care for that sort of thing. All right, Gina
Doing your
controls
rock music.
Gina controls the question.
Which of these now famous actors used to be a cameraman for a touring video shoot for the Doors? Was it A, Harrison Ford, B, Chevy Chase, C, Susan Sarandon, or D, Al Pacino?
2 seconds, Gina.
Al Pacino.
That is incorrect.
All right.
John.
John, chance to steal and tie the game.
Harrison Ford.
That is correct.
That's right, John. 1-1 now. And John controls the question.
All right, John. Before the Doors made their first album, Jim Morrison wanted to use a certain stage name, only to be shut down by the keyboardist Ray Manzarek with a simple response, "No way." What new name did Jim Morrison want to be called? He was a weirdo. A, James Phoenix, B, William Ballad, C, Johnny Guitar, or D, The Sex?
The Sex?
I wish it were The Sex, John,
I'm
but
sorry,
that is
John.
incorrect.
Gina with a chance to steal and go ahead.
Do you need to hear them again?
Yes, please.
All right. Was it A, James Phoenix, B, William Ballad, or C, Johnny Guitar?
James Phoenix.
That is
That
correct.
is correct. Gina goes ahead 2-1. Gina controls the question, and this is a chance for you to win the game, Gina.
All right. I'm going to pick you a
Give me a good one.
Give you a good one because you know a little bit more. All right.
I hate Jim Morrison, by the way. Sorry, Nick.
I love Jim
I
Morrison.
think he's a poser dick.
Upset Nick immensely now.
And let's see how many of the people you like can I name off that are.
Shut up.
Jim Morrison, Gina. Jim Morrison was the first musician to be what? A, arrested for public nudity. B, arrested for possession of marijuana. C, arrested on stage. Or D, arrested.
Well, I know he was arrested on stage.
Okay.
I'm going to say arrested on stage.
That's correct.
That is correct.
In Florida, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. And the next concert right after that was Salt Lake City.
So he wasn't there, or he was there?
He was there.
Oh,
They released him. What do you think? They threw him in jail for days? No, they just
I don't know.
They fined him and released him.
All right. All right. What's
Did
the
I
score?
win?
What's total?
Gina won.
Oh, that is the winning.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, John.
I'm sorry. Yes, Gina wins the game.
Which means we've got money and coats headed to the homeless shelter. Thank you for that. And as a thank you for doing that, we are going to go ahead and just throw caution to the wind. We never do this.
No.
We're going to give you the Prohibition gift card.
So that'll be available for you here, John. Just hang on the line, and the fine people who work backstage will tell you how you can collect your prize. And thank you for playing Beat Gina.
All right, John. Hang on. We'll get your information. Oh, chat room's upset at you.
What?
I'm not very knowledgeable, honestly, but how was Jim Morrison a poser?
He was very talented, but he was also, I would agree with Gina, he was pompous. He wasn't a poser, but he was really pompous. He was pompous.
I'm waiting for Gina to defend.
But he was very talented. He wrote.
She's just not going to.
He wrote cool songs, and he was a really good singer. And Ray Manzarek was a good musician.
He looked good in leather pants. I'll give him that.
After Morrison's death, the remaining members of the Doors wanted a certain person to replace him, but they turned the role down. Who refused the offer? A, Iggy Pop. B, David Bowie. C, Lou Reed. Or D, Tom Jones?
I don't know. I would. Did they ask Lou Reed?
They did not ask Lou Reed.
Iggy Pop?
Iggy Pop, they asked.
That was my other thought.
He said no.
Because Iggy Pop is not a poser.
Iggy Pop is Iggy Pop.
Right.
But he doesn't look that good in the leather pants that he always wears.
Crash northbound Redwood Road, 27th South. The left lanes are blocked, causing delays to 31st South intersection there. But that is the only crash so far this morning. Need health insurance? Select Health has you covered. Come to open enrollment and event this Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Select Health Building, 53rd South in Murray.
All right.
We've got Boners Round 1 coming up. Here are your candidates. Number 1, well, they weren't going to use them. Number 2, oh, I thought it was Steele with the sheriff. And boner candidate number 3, like Zimmerman, I was standing my ground.
All right. Boners Round 1, Big Boy News, all coming up after these. Big O Tires.
Yes, the team you trust at Big O Tires. I've been a fan of and used Big O Tires for, I'll bet, 20 years.
Now, last year I went and got bought snow tires. Got a great deal on them at Big O Tires, and it's about time to change out my all-weathers and put the snow tires back on for the season.
You know, you go to a Big O Tire store. Whenever I've gone there, I haven't had to wait very long.
Usually not, but if you're there for a bit, most of them have free Wi-Fi, and you can use that. But if you go to the one that I do on 33rd, you go across the street, there's a coffee shop, and the comic book store is right over there.
So right now through December 17th, you can get up to $70 in rebates on Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. Also 0% financing available on the purchase of $750 or more through December 31st. Big O Tires, they're all locally owned and operated. You really can trust them. Go to bigotires.com and you'll find a store near you.
On this week's brand new episode of Geek Show Podcast, we break down the Infinity War trailer, talk Justice League versus Crisis on Earth X, and tell you about new TV shows coming your way. It's me and my geeky friends talking about the stuff we love. You'll find us at geekshowpodcast.com. The X96 app, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube. Search one word, Geek Show. It's free and not safe for work. The episode's name is I Cry Hard.
GeekShowPodcast.com.
We got the rest of the potato chips.
All right, now we've tried the, so we started with the cappuccino flavored Lay's potato chips.
Which didn't knock us out, but we didn't hate, except for Gina. She
I
hated
hated
them.
them.
Now,
And the wasabi.
Now, they've had 4 new flavors, and people want to call them both. Wasabi. Bill tried the wasabi as well, Bill Frost.
Yep, not hot. Good, not hot.
Yeah.
They're not hot.
Now,
tasty.
But they're flavorful.
Now, I've got the bag of cheddar bacon mac and cheese here. And Gina said of the wasabi, oh, you got your winner right here. My guess is she won't even try the bacon mac and cheese.
Yeah, I'm sure there's not actual cheese in it.
I don't
No,
care.
there is. There is. I read the ingredients. There's like cheese powder or something. This is your winner. She won't even try them. No.
I thought you didn't like cheese not because of the flavor, but because it's cheese. And this is
It's a principle. No, I'm not gonna.
and this is far enough
You're
removed
gonna love it. You're
from
gonna love it.
from cheese
do it.
that
She has standards and principles.
I have totally arbitrary rules.
That's exactly. I think that's your winner.
Now there's one more there. What's
Yeah.
that one?
Mango salsa.
Which
Those are-
somebody in the chat room said tasted like potpourri.
Right.
this isn't bad.
Yeah.
Maybe it actually is potpourri.
Although if you eat a few of those, the bacon mac and cheese, they get kind of too salty.
They're not bad.
And here's the wavy mango salsa.
Wavy mango salsa.
Wavy because of
I like the idea of mango
Yeah.
salsa.
No?
No good.
Potpourri? Too sweet?
yeah,
Let's see.
too artificial.
Am I right then, without even tasting the bacon mac and cheese, that the wasabi is the best?
No, the bacon mac and cheese is better.
Well, I think your winner is the bacon mac and cheese, because mainstream America will love that flavor.
Let me see the wasabi again.
No.
Yeah,
You
potpourri.
love those.
I bought them. What do you
Potpourri.
mean no?
Yeah, mango salsa is a hard sell.
Yeah, that's no good. I don't like it.
You can put it on the back of your toilet tank.
Why would you?
Yeah. Out of all of them, I would say the wasabi is the best flavor, but the winner is the bacon mac and cheese. America will vote for that one.
Oh, yeah.
By the
Mango
way-
salsa's weird.
Yeah. By the way, you notice I'm sharing all of my chips. Girl who wouldn't give me a cookie last week.
4 cookies made for me with my name on them. A gift.
Yeah.
Was
Yes.
it 4 cookies that
Yes.
spelled out Gina?
No, but my name was written on the box.
Yeah. I know.
It's different than you buying 4 bags of chips.
It's
not the same thing at all.
I know. It would have been
You
a
could
gift.
replace these chips at any moment
It would have
several
been
times
It
over.
would have been a gift from your heart, which you were unwilling to make to someone who argued for equal wages for you.
You can't drag that out.
Yeah, why not?
It was proposed.
I can't even finish this one mango
They're
salsa.
terrible.
Yeah, they're not good.
Actually, I like the wasabi okay. I like the bacon mac and cheese best.
I had high hopes for the mango salsa one. If it actually tasted like mango salsa.
Too much mango, not enough salsa. That's the problem.
In a
You
couple
got
of
your percentages off.
In a couple of seconds, I'm going to try one of those dog biscuits. That you
They're
put
very
out
good.
For Ripley.
They're peanut butter.
Red, Gina Barberi. What you got there is Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, 7:22. Time for round one of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will have to decide which one is the worst of these 3. Which one deserves to go forward to Boner Dome for Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. If it wins here, it's got a 50-50 chance. Goes up against the winner of round 2 voting. Round 2 happens at 8:20. Boner Fight at 9:20. So 2 candidates now, a third after the news. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
I Can't Buy It, Gotta Win It Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt courtesy of Excel Automotive Repair, Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car checkover before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
Thanks, Gino. I can tell by the grease under your fingernails you often just work on your own car, though, don't you?
Yeah, I'm a tinkerer.
You're pretty handy with a car, yeah. You know your way around a hot rod.
Thanks, buddy.
Here's boner candidate number 1. Well, they weren't going to use them. The mayor of a small Florida city,
oh, yeah,
you saw this?
Yep.
Has been arrested on allegations that she used dead people's disabled parking permits to park at City Hall. The Polk County Sheriff's Office and Davenport Mayor said that Davenport Mayor Darlene Bradley was arrested on Tuesday and faces felony charges of using a deceased person's identification.
Well, they were deceased.
She also was charged with possessing an altered or counterfeit decal. Davenport is a little city in central Florida. The sheriff's office said Mayor Bradley was videotaped parking in the disabled spot recently, and that a search of her home led to the discovery of permits issued to 2 people who have died. The mayor was booked into jail. Boner candidate number 1. Well, they weren't going to use them.
Well, doesn't the mayor get their own parking space? You think the mayor would have?
Well, maybe the handicap parking space is better than the mayor's space.
Here's boner candidate number 2. Oh, I thought it was steal with the sheriff. The Washoe County Sheriff's Office has reported that a man, 33-year-old Travis Volpicelli, was arrested after he allegedly attempted to steal $800 worth of merchandise from Walmart right in the middle of an event called Shop with the Sheriff. Now, you know what Shop with the Sheriff is. The police officers or whoever they are, sheriff's office in this case, they take kids to Walmart and buy toys for them and things like that for Christmas. It's a charity deal. Well, this guy, he just decided right in the middle of that going on, he would steal $800 worth of merchandise. Volpicelli was originally stopped by Walmart security after trying to walk out of the store with a cart full of items. Sheriff's deputies were then called over because they were all over the store. And
maybe he thought they'll all be so busy they won't notice that
Mr. Volpicelli was arrested. Oh, yeah, I thought it was called Steal with the Sheriff. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Like Zimmerman, I was standing my ground.
All right. Big boy news and innuendo now. Then the third candidate after that. News brought to you by
Feldman's Deli, Utah's only authentic Jewish deli featuring world-class New York corned beef, pastrami, bagels, matzo ball soup, and a variety of specials, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner with live music Friday and Saturday nights. Check out feldmansdeli.com.
Sounds like you could use some matzo ball soup, Gino.
That sounds good.
Well, you know what you really need? And I hate to report this to you, Gina.
What?
Time magazine reported on Tuesday that a recent analysis published in the European Journal of Nutrition by researchers from both China and the Netherlands suggests that people who eat just a little bit of cheese every day are less likely to develop heart disease compared to those who eat cheese infrequently or not at all. According to Time, the researchers found that people who ate cheese regularly had a 14% lower risk of developing heart disease. They were 10% less likely to have a stroke.
Well, that's it. I'm dead.
Well, and it's just you just have to eat a little bit.
I don't want a little
Not
bit.
every day, even.
I don't like a little bit.
Matchbook-sized chunk of cheese, it says here. A matchbook-sized chunk of cheese. All right. Now, this is here's a local story. Following a social media post seeking to rally fans near the end of a jury trial in a long-running trademark dispute, a federal judge threatened to throw one of the founders of Salt Lake Comic-Con in jail if he strays into certain areas during his testimony. While jurors in the case were out of the courtroom Wednesday, attorneys for San Diego Comic-Con read a Facebook post from the Salt Lake event to U.S. District Court Judge Anthony Battaglia, speculating that the remarks could be a deliberate attempt to cause a mistrial. I think this is a highly inappropriate post, said attorney Camille Bjornstrom. It is a complete attempt to taint whoever they can reach. The Post announced that Salt Lake Comic-Con co-founder Brian Brandenburg will take the witness stand Wednesday. That was yesterday.
Yes.
To show that Comic-Con is owned by the people, by all the fans that experience the joy and celebration of Comic-Con in cities all over the world. Now, the judge had prohibited that kind of an argument to the jury during the trial based on objections from San Diego. He warned Brandenburg if he intended to make any statements like that during his testimony, he should bring his toothbrush with him because he'd throw him in jail. In an earlier order, Battaglia also barred Brandenburg and co-founder Dan Farr from discussing the case, including on their personal social media. But that order was struck down in October by a appeals judge. The appeals judge said, no, you can't do that.
Which is probably why Brian felt it was okay.
But I guess the judge had said, you can't argue that you're doing this for the people of the world. That's not.
Yeah, that's philosophical.
Yeah.
We need facts.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now, it goes on, and I'll mention this. We don't know who these people are, but WNYC is a venerated radio station, and they have suspended two of the people there, the hosts that have worked there for 40 years or more. Leonard Lopate and Jonathan Schwartz, two of New York's most popular, longest tenured radio hosts, were placed on leave by New York Public Radio on Wednesday as the company investigates allegations of inappropriate conduct. So this is a WNYC is like KUER here. It's a public radio station, and they do, or maybe it's more like KCP or KRCL, maybe. But anyway, now Lopat is or Lopate, I think it is. He's an interviewer and has interviewed over the 40 years everybody famous you can think of, Barack Obama, everybody. And I also wanted to mention Jonathan Schwartz, the other host. He plays music, and he's considered the world's foremost expert on Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
Really?
Has he written a book?
I think. I don't know if he's written a book, but if you want Frank Sinatra knowledge, he's got it. And they suspended them both for inappropriate sexual behavior. Here in Utah.
In Utah?
Here in Utah. I'm moving on to another story. Here in Utah.
No, that sounded like it was related.
Well, it is related. Utah County Commissioner Greg Graves is being asked to step down from his position amid allegations of sexual harassment. I was wondering when this would start happening here in politics and in big business people, business people that might be prominent in the community. Commissioner, they say he's lost the trust of the citizens of this county, said Commissioner Bill Lee. So one of his fellow commissioners has said he should step down. The county hired an outside consultant to investigate claims by a female employee about her interactions with Commissioner Graves. Within the complaint are claims that include, my superior and I were in a golf cart together, so her superior being Commissioner Graves, and the superior rubbed my leg just above the knee and laughed and said, don't show it if you don't want it touched.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The female employee said it was one incident in a series of demeaning and hostile comments. She claims to have complained, but says instead of help, she was denied a raise. I will not stand idly by when I feel someone is abusing their power to harm and belittle other people, said fellow County Commissioner Nathan Ivey. So two fellow commissioners have come out again because they did an investigation, and apparently they found these things. Now, Graves has released a statement saying, I've done nothing wrong in my capacity as a commissioner. I would ask people to take notice of my work and not the slanderous words of a couple of people who are attempting to stop me from doing my job. And at this point, he says doesn't have any, I guess he says he doesn't have any plans at this moment to leave the county commission. Al Franken, Senator Al Franken, on the other hand, is probably, and if he hasn't done it already, I haven't been watching.
No, it's 11:45. He has a
11:45
Eastern time.
He's going to make a statement, and the thoughts are he's going to resign because female Democratic senators, led by Kristen Gillibrand of New York, have lined up against him.
My thinking on this is they're making an example out of him and saying, look, we like Al Franken, and we're willing to go this far because it's the right thing to do.
We're cleaning our own house. You should do the
So
same.
You should do the same.
And that is a proper thing to do. Oh, by the way, back to the first story there that we did about Comic-Con. So I guess Brian Brandenburg was scheduled to testify yesterday, and I have not heard anything about that. So maybe you can find something, Gene, if there's an update on that, and see where that trial is going.
I got sent something late last night, but
no,
but I don't know if it's.
Now, Donald Trump Jr. refused on Wednesday to provide a congressional committee. So if you lie in front of a congressional committee, that's almost as bad as lying to the FBI. But he said, I will not tell you the details of a conversation that I had with my father, the president, about a meeting last year in which Trump campaign officials had expected to receive damaging information from the Russian government about Hillary Clinton. Now, why wouldn't he give them this information?
Well, it's a very important reason.
No. Well, he said, the reason I can't reveal this is attorney-client privilege.
Oh, is he an attorney?
No.
No, and neither is his father.
Oh, wait a minute.
His contention is there were also two attorneys present during the conversation. So that's how he's somehow
They're not
thinking,
asking the attorneys to comment on it. They're asking him to comment on it.
That's how I don't know why they didn't say
no.
No.
That's not how this works.
No.
We're not talking to an
I don't know.
attorney. We're talking to you.
Ed, weigh in on this. I need to know. Can that even fly?
No.
I didn't think so, but
the thought is they will have him. This has been a closed session, by the way. So the thought is that they'll probably have him back and say, no, you can't invoke attorney-client privilege. What did you guys talk about? You have to testify. And if you refuse to testify, they can hold you in contempt as well, I think. I think a congressional committee can hold you in contempt and you can go to jail.
Well, it depends on who's in charge of that committee.
Well,
yeah,
and
that's what's going to happen.
Finally, this, and then we'll get on to boner candidate number 3. David Cassidy, who died recently, had 2 children. He had a son and a daughter. The daughter, Katie,
she's on Arrow, I guess.
Yeah, she's an actress.
Oh,
she's on the show Arrow. Katie Cassidy, I think is her name. She has been specifically cut out of his will. And he didn't have like a huge estate.
He left $150,000. It's not like he had millions.
But still, it is my specific intent not to provide any benefits to Catherine Evelyn Cassidy and or any descendant of Catherine Evelyn Cassidy. So a good dickish move as you go to the grave. And his contention was, well, yes, she was my daughter, but I didn't have anything to do with raising her. Whose fault is that?
I'm sure he would say her mother's.
Yeah. So there you go.
All right.
Weather, traffic?
Weather, we are at the beginning of a long duration inversion is what they're calling it, because the furthest out projections of weather, no end in sight for blowing this gunk out of the air. So they're saying at least mid-December, possibly toward Christmas even, we're going to be in a bad air situation, and the weather will not change. It will be very cold at night, only get up to mid to upper 30s during the day for the foreseeable future. So limit your driving and idling if you can at all possible. Okay, let's see. We've got a crash southbound I-15 near Parish Lane in Centerville. 3 cars are off to the left, causing delays into Farmington. UHP isn't even on the scene yet of that one. Crash eastbound I-80 approaching the 201 freeway split in Tooele. The cars are blocking the right lane and shoulder, and traffic is back to SR 36. Bad crash, Redwood Road, Camp Williams. Both northbound and southbound lanes are blocked, creating big delays for anyone trying to move to and from Utah and Salt Lake counties. That's traffic brought to you by Open Enrollment Questions tomorrow at 9. Radio from Hell with special guest Greg Reed from Select Health will be taking questions about health insurance open enrollment. For more information, go to selecthealth.org.
Friend of the program, John in Brentwood, California, checking in late after a long night of trying to sleep while waiting to hear evacuation orders due to the fire near the Getty Center.
Yeah, Andrei Karolenko, remember him and his wife Masha?
Yeah.
Apparently their house burned to the ground.
Oh, boy.
Chelsea Handler had to evacuate her home. I don't know if it burned. But here's boner candidate number 3. Like Zimmerman, I was standing my ground. A tennis instructor in Florida was busted for child abuse after hitting a 5-year-old boy with a tennis racket. He wants the charges against him dismissed under the state's Stand Your Ground self-defense law.
A 5-year-old?
Yeah. Osmailer Torres of Miami, charged with third-degree child abuse in August after police said he took the boy's child-sized racket and hit him with it while at a playground at a church in Miami. Surveillance video obtained by the Miami Herald shows Torres, who is 30 years old, whacking the boy and then leading him away from other children, leaving him with injuries to his right arm and his eyebrow. But in a motion seeking statutory immunity from prosecution, an attorney for Mr. Torres claims his client was simply protecting his other students at the time. Immediately prior to the alleged incident, Mr. Torres had to separate the child from other pupils to avoid further injuries to those students, said the attorney. When Mr. Torres separated the alleged victim returned with his racket in the air and was poised to strike again against the other students and Mr. Torres. In an attempt to protect himself and the other students, Torres acted quickly to remove the weapon from the boy's hand. Well, there is nothing that shows that. And there is nothing to indicate that. All there is he was apparently angry with the boy, and maybe the boy was acting up.
But stand your ground, really.
5 years old.
Stand your ground.
He took his racket away from him and hit him with it to protect himself and the other students. Boner candidate number 3, like Zimmerman, I was standing my ground.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, well, they weren't going to use them. A mayor using the parking permits of dead people. She had several of them. Boner candidate number 2, oh, I thought it was called steal with the sheriff. A suspect arrested trying to steal from Walmart during a shop with the sheriff event. And boner candidate number 3, like Zimmerman, I was standing my ground.
All right, it's time to vote for round 1. Pretty easy to do. You just have to remember the number of the candidate that you think should win, 1 or 2 or 3. Put that number in the message of a text. And you text that to 33986, our short code. Easy. Call, use your voice if you want, 877-602-9696. Vote that way. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Round 1, December 7. Vote there. If that box is not there, refresh. It'll appear, so I'm told. And this is Round 1. You've got 300 seconds to get your vote in. Sean Means reviewing movies coming up. Stand by.
John Smith kicks off a 1-hour non-stop music wingding at the conclusion of Radio from Hell on X96.
I made a big mistake. Well, I didn't. It had to be done at some point. I haven't gotten on the scale, weighed myself, that is, since. So I had some back surgery to relieve some pressure on, excuse me, on the nerves in my back. And that has made it difficult for me to, well, it's made it impossible for me to do any exercise. And I exercise a lot, usually.
Uh-huh.
And then I went on vacation.
Well, sure.
And
you don't
always,
ever weigh yourself after vacation.
and you always went on, and you always put on a little weight on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So a lack of exercise for a month, and then going on vacation for however many days to Hawaii, which involved a lot of
Pineapple? Drinking.
a lot of
Empty calories.
empty calories. Thank you. That would you please? Damn it, Gina! Could you start with the euphemisms? Would you not zero right in on the problem? Start with the euphemisms. I mean, I say, oh, is Ann Flo here? You know, I don't say what, John the Rag. You having a period?
Trying to be funny?
Start with the euphemisms, please.
Before the reality?
Yeah, don't let the
All right.
don't let the reality just don't smack me in the face with it, please. So 10 pounds since the last time I weighed myself.
So in a month you've gained 10.
I think I'd have to look and see when that surgery
You don't
was.
look like you've gained 10 pounds.
Oh, I sure feel like it. And I don't. Really? No?
You look fine.
I think you always say that though. Because I don't know, why does she always say that? Because I don't think it's true.
I'm sorry. I was chasing down things that we have to take care of here. I'm, trying to fix the show. That's all.
She always says, you look fine. I think it's you say that either because you don't really look at me or at people. Because I look at you, and I wouldn't say that about you.
I didn't ask your opinion on how I look
I
or how
didn't-
much weight I gained on my vacation.
I didn't ask yours either. You just offered it. I didn't ask your opinion.
Okay, I won't say you look fine. I start out saying something nice when I get in trouble for that.
I don't think I look. I think you can tell I've put on 10 pounds. Can't you, Carrie?
Gina, watch and learn. Really?
Can you tell that I put on 10 pounds?
You hide it well.
But you can tell, can't you?
No.
You can't?
No. I also don't look at you very closely.
I believe that.
It's true. I don't look at anybody very closely.
I know. I
keep my head down. I do my job. I get out.
I look at people too closely.
Yeah, would you quit looking at me so closely?
I'm sorry, how's your eye?
It's better.
Is it really?
It doesn't-
That's what you said. That's what you said when it wasn't.
But now it's just crusty, not puffy.
What did your husband
Now we're
say
in
now
this-
that he's seen you? Did he when he got home and looked at it, did he go, "My God, why didn't you go to the doctor?"
No, he's still saying it's fine, so it's fine. It's scabby.
I think that if you had FaceTimed him,
Yeah.
he would have looked at it and went, "Oh God,
Yeah.
Boots,
No,
get
he
in
was,
there."
He was with me all weekend, and it was fine.
But so again, he doesn't look at you very closely. He just keeps his head down and does his job when he's with you.
Which I'm
you know-
glad that he doesn't notice I've gained weight.
No,
so
he just
that's-
keeps his head down and does his job.
Bill Allred and Gina Barberi on X96.
All right, 7:46. Time to award round one of your boner voting.
Yeah, I was telling you earlier about the Guy saving the little bunny on the side of the 405.
I found the video.
Oh, yeah, I just retweeted it.
As did I.
Yeah, well, good. So you can see that video of the man saving the little bunny on the side of the road. So we had boner candidate number 1. Well, they weren't going to use him anyway. That was the mayor of a small town who apparently didn't have parking privileges, so she was using the parking permits of dead people. That's not, you think it's not a big deal, but it's against the law, and she was arrested. Boner candidate number 2, I thought it was called Steal with the Sheriff. And that's the guy who tried to steal a bunch of stuff from Walmart right in the middle of a charity event called Shop with the Sheriff. And boner candidate number 3, like Zimmerman, I was standing my ground, a tennis coach trying to use the stand your ground law to defend hitting a 5-year-old with a tennis racket. Let's see. Shannon won the boner T-shirt, and a good number of votes for all of the candidates, but the winner ends up being number 3. Like Zimmerman, I was standing my ground.
All right. That means that is the winner of round 1. It goes forward to Boner Dome for Boner Fight. It might be the boner of the day. It goes up against the winner of round 2. Round 2 happens at 8:20. Boner Fight at 9:20.
Talking movies with Sean Means, brought to you by this holiday season. Dine, drink, and shop local. Visit Central 9th District, featuring Mediterranean Small Plates and Wine Bar, Laziz Kitchen, Middle Eastern Food, Blue Copper Coffee, Troubadour Salon, Water Witch Cocktails, and Jade Market Grocers, just a few steps from the 9th South Track Station.
Hi, Sean. I don't think you've ever met Gina's brother, Gino.
I thought you were starting a sultry jazz program or something.
That comes later.
Yeah, nobody knows more about sultry jazz than Gina.
At the end of this segment, to be listening, listen to the whole thing, and then listen at the end. We're going to give you a keyword to win tickets to Foo Fighters for next Tuesday.
Don't listen until the end.
Now, I've got a list of the artsies, because we always go artsies and then fartsies, and we go from worst to first. Now, there are 3.
Right.
And I know 2 of them you liked, but did you get to see Before Your Time?
I did not.
Okay.
I wanted to make a mention of it, though.
Could I introduce you first?
Please do.
Oh.
We haven't really done that.
I thought we did. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sean Means from the Salt Lake Tribune. He is the film critic for that fine paper, and here he is, and now we go.
All right.
So, Before Your Time. This is an interesting notion, at least, and I hope it's a good movie. This is a movie made by community volunteers in Davis County.
Huh.
They all got together and said, "Hey, let's make a movie," and they did. And it is a family drama. You have a widower with 3 kids. They move back to the small town where the dad grew up, and they discover the dad used to be a wild guy.
Oh.
And so it's a lesson about taking your chances when you can.
And it says there's an eccentric Aunt Nora in it. Do we know any? I assume local actors.
All local. Everybody. I didn't recognize anybody from the trailers and what I've seen. But
okay,
all right. So there you go.
So it is playing at the Megaplex Legacy Crossing up in Centerville.
Okay.
So if you're up in Davis County and you want to see people you might know, go for it. The artsies we have here. Okay, Ada's Secrets. This is a documentary from Israel primarily. About a 60, 70-year-old man in Israel who has long wondered whatever happened to the brother, or he's not known this, but everybody else in the family knew that he had a long-lost brother that was separated from him when they were in the displaced persons camp at the end of World War II. And after some searching and a genealogical website helping out, discovers that his long-lost brother is alive and living in Canada.
Oh.
So,
okay.
So they have a reunion.
Yeah.
And then they say, well, let's go see our mother. And the Canadian brother says, my mother? I didn't know.
My mom's alive?
I didn't know my mom was alive and also living in Canada.
Surprise!
So, from Winnipeg to Quebec. So it's a flight, but still.
Yeah.
And so they go meet her, and it's a very tearful reunion. And then there's the question, okay, do we have the same dad? And
well, that's impolite.
Mom won't talk about it.
Hence the title, Ada's Secret.
There's more than that.
Okay.
The drawback to this movie is that she does not like to talk about the past. And so it is sort
the
of
past is the past. Leave it there.
it sounds very much like her,
Okay.
including the voice.
The past is the past.
If you had a bit of a more of a Polish accent, maybe it would.
I know what I can guess what the big secret is.
Well, okay.
Should I guess on the air?
I wouldn't.
Okay, I'll guess off the air, and you tell me if I'm right.
Okay.
All right.
Anyhow, so you don't get a big satisfying payoff, but there's a lot of sort of small joys along the way, especially with these two brothers, sort of catching up on 70 years apart. So, 3 stars.
3 stars for Ada's Secrets. The Fencer?
The Fencer.
Is this about fencing?
Is about a person who does fence. Yes. This is a movie from Estonia.
Oh,
and
they're very good.
And it's very interesting. What's interesting is that it proves that there are some things that are universal, like Disney-style Hollywood movies about teachers.
Oh, really? Okay.
1952, and you have this fencing master who is a fugitive from Leningrad because the Stalin's secret police will arrest him if they catch him, because he, being an Estonian man, was drafted by the Nazis during the war, and Stalin has declared any such person enemy of the people, even though they got drafted, and the first thing they did was desert, because they didn't want to fight for the Nazis either.
Yeah.
So he hides out in this small village in Estonia and gets a job teaching PE, and trying to find something that all the kids can do and try out with.
And so sword fighting.
So he starts he starts
Thank you,
teaching them
Carrie.
fencing. Yes.
They have PE in Estonia.
You're learning all kinds of things.
And even though they don't have all the equipment, he just gets a bunch of sticks.
Here's some sticks. Pretend they're your swords.
Exactly, and teaches them how to all the moves and such. And eventually they get some good equipment, and they get in and get good enough that they find out about a tournament amongst other schools.
Okay.
And the tournament's in Leningrad.
All right.
So he has the dilemma: does he abandon his kids, or does he go to Leningrad and risk getting arrested? And that's the crux of the drama.
That's when the fake mustache comes into play.
So, it's well made. It's very charming. The kids are delightful. Seriously, if you those Disney movies they make between blockbusters, like Queen of Katwe and Mr. Holland's Opus, those kind of things.
Yeah.
They make those in Estonia too, and they're quite nice.
That's funny.
So,
Okay.
3 stars.
All right, 3 stars for The Fencer. All right, those are your artsies. We got the fartsies coming up, including James Franco and the Disaster Artist. Stand by for that.
Do you want traffic and then the giveaway since we have the music?
Yeah.
We can't screw people up with music during a giveaway. Redwood Road is closed northbound due to an injury crash. Southbound traffic getting by. Let's see, this is Redwood Road, and I should give you, this is out by Camp Williams. Both northbound and southbound lanes being affected there. All lanes of travel are also stopped southbound I-15 at Parish Lane. 3 separate crashes in Centerville. I don't know what's going on in Centerville, but southbound I-15 there are issues there. Crash 89 at 26 South and Woods Cross. Accident involving a semi. Find another way to get on the freeway. That comes from a friend of the program texting to 33986. Brought to you by Alpine Plastic Surgery, specializing in sculpting your body to achieve the goals you have above and beyond what diet and exercise provide. Visit alpineplasticsurgery.com and schedule a free consultation today.
Wanted to do the traffic before the contest because it's a lot.
Got it.
There's a lot of traffic.
X96 is proud to welcome Foo Fighters and I guess opening act Bob Mould, which
That
is
is-
very
that
cool.
is correct, yes.
Concrete and Gold Tour at Vivint Smart Home Arena, Tuesday, December 12th. Tickets are on sale now. I'm going to give you a keyword. You're going to text that keyword to 33986. If you win, you'll get a couple tickets to the show. The keyword is Vivint, V-I-V-I-N-T, Vivint. Text that to 33986.
All right, the rest of the movies coming up after these. KXRK Provo.
Well, it's that time of year, isn't it? You know, when you think of your family, you think of snowmen, and of course, winning free stuff from the radio.
X96 presents the X Days of Xmas.
10 days of different prizes from your friends at X96.
Radio from Hell with Carrie, Bill, and Gina. 96.3 FM, X96.
Well, we've taken Pierce Bronson also in that same deal.
The former 007.
Yep.
Did you see that movie he was in, by the way, ever, The Matador?
No, I wanted to see that.
You've got to see it. It's great. He's great in that.
I got to get that one in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. This
And how
weekend.
was he?
Honey, write that down.
He was very nice.
Okay. What am I writing down?
Anyway, sorry.
Oh, your sweetheart.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he was great too. Very nice guy. Like him a lot.
Okay,
so.
how about a horror
I was going to
story?
say, we're getting some nice guys.
Well,
Who's the
we've
worst?
taken Paris Hilton.
I knew you were going to say
Did
Paris
you really?
Hilton.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say
this
that.
last Sundance, we had Paris for 4 days.
That's hot.
And how was that?
Paris is a very unique girl.
He's so nice. He is so nice, isn't he?
How is she unique?
Well, she's got a style of her own. That's for sure.
As I pull out the nice
everything.
guy, nice guy to carry
It
translation.
depends. I mean, are we
dictionary.
talking drunk or sober?
Did you ever see her sober?
No, actually. Maybe once in the morning. I can't be certain though.
So she was a treat to carry around, was
yeah, she. My neighbor's jealous. He loves her, but you gotta meet her. You gotta meet her, I guess.
she? Get the full effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You cleaned the limo after that, I hope. You don't want.
we've got a full detailer.
Excellent. Excellent, yes.
And any other quick little horror story about anybody?
No, not really. I mean, most of the celebs are pretty good.
Really nice.
They're some of them can be a little high maintenance, but for the most part, they're really generous. They're nice. Keep to themselves. They don't make a lot of trouble.
It's what you would expect, really. I mean, they just want a nice, quiet ride, and thank you very much.
Now, what about the folks you've been giving rides to in Garland? Have they been high maintenance?
Oh no, not at all. Just around the block.
Like Paris Hilton? Mac, he wasn't any trouble?
Now the crowd keeps turning over here. Anybody here want to go on a limo ride? You want to go? Anybody?
That has not gone yet?
Yeah, we have a couple.
Wasn't one now? If it's only one guy, you got to collect some people and go with you.
Two? All right.
Just go around the.
These guys haven't gone.
Just go around the block. It's a treat.
96.3 FM, X96. Radio from Hell, proudly giving you incomplete sports and traffic with Gina Barberi on X96.
Proudly.
Keeping talking movies, brought to you by Open Enrollment Questions. Tomorrow at 9, Radio from Hell with special guest Greg Reed from Select Health will be talking about health insurance open enrollment. For more information, go to selecthealth.org.
So we're back with Sean Means, the film critic for the Salt Lake Tribune. And by the way, you can read Sean's reviews online at sltrib.com and in the good old-fashioned newspaper on Friday. The online reviews today, and then in the paper on Friday.
All right.
So you didn't see this movie just getting started?
There's a couple. There's another one here. Daisy Winters, which is playing only at the Megaplex at the District down there in South Jordan. Teenage girl separated from her mother goes in search of her father, and that's about all I know about it. Except that the mother is Brooke Shields.
Oh.
And the other person in the cast who's interesting is Ian Rione, better known to you as Ramsay Bolton from Game of Thrones.
Oh.
All right. So Gina might see that because of Brooke Shields.
Right. But yeah, just getting started. This is a comedy of an ex-FBI agent and an ex-mob lawyer who's in the witness protection program have to put aside their golf course rivalry when the mob is coming out to kill the lawyer. And it's Tommy Lee Jones as the Fed and Morgan Freeman as the lawyer.
Okay.
And Rene Russo in here somewhere too.
All right.
Oh, Rene Russo.
Well, and it was not screened for critics. It's written and directed by Ron Shelton, who used to make good movies like Bull Durham and Tin Cup and so on. But
that's why Rene Russo's in it.
Right, exactly. So there's that. Yes, that's playing everywhere, but no, it was not screened.
Oh, okay.
So we will move quickly on to The Disaster Artist.
Now, to talk about this movie, I guess we have to explain the movie that it's about.
Yes.
The movie is called The Room.
Made in 2003, or released in 2003.
Yes, and it is considered to be the worst movie of all time.
I would at least say the worst. It is the worst movie of the 21st century.
Okay,
that's pretty bad.
Yes, that limits you to 17 years. But yeah, it is a amateurishly made, hopelessly pathetic movie that has taken on cult status because people go and they laugh at all the awfulness of it all.
Now, if you haven't gone and watched it and laughed at it, will you get this movie or
yes.
care? Or,
yeah, I think so. I think so.
The movie explains it.
The movie explains everything pretty well.
So, I mean, because Ed Wood, you didn't need to see all those movies. They explain it. But you can watch The Room. It's on YouTube, the whole thing.
It's on YouTube. It has been playing Midnighters at the Tower, and will be doing so again this weekend at 11 o'clock Friday and Saturday, and Sunday at noon if you want a matinee of awfulness.
So where did this guy, Tommy, what's his name, Wiseau? Where did he get all the money? He spent $6 million.
Excellent
This is a
question.
mystery, and this is the thing. This is the thing.
It's all part of the mystery of this whole thing.
As somebody said, Tommy Wiseau is a riddle wrapped in an enigma wrapped in too many belts. We meet him through a struggling young actor named Greg Sestero, who's played by Dave Franco.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy Wiseau is played by James Franco, his brother, and who is directing the movie. And they meet in an acting class where Greg is too timid to really emote and do what he needs to do, and Tommy doesn't have that problem.
He emotes all over.
He emotes
the
all over the place. He has other problems.
You can get it. He can emote right on you.
He can he will emote. He will emote until you have to take a shower. But he can't. He's terribly talentless. He has an impenetrable accent, although he says he's from New Orleans.
I'm from New Orleans.
It sure doesn't sound like it.
It's like Eastern European.
According to Wikipedia and people who they've actually tried to research this, they think maybe Poland. But yeah, so
Wiesoniski.
Yeah, but he doesn't talk about his age, his whereabouts, or his money, which he apparently has a lot of. And when he's told point blank by a producer, it's never going to happen for you, he decides he's not going to listen to that, and he'll make his own movie.
Sure.
And so he writes his own movie, and then hires the crew and buys the equipment. Doesn't rent the equipment the way you're supposed to, in Hollywood, but buys it. and makes this movie and hires his friend Greg as one of the leading men. But
it's kind of admirable that he would do all of that. I mean, it's like this is just like the people up in Davis County.
We're going to make our own movie.
Yeah,
right.
Going to do it.
Anyway, so we watch this process happen, and we watch how completely clueless he is about how one makes a movie. In the very first scene they shoot, he's taken great expense to build a set of an alley, and the script supervisor, played by Seth Rogen, points out, we have an alley right here, and it looks just like the one you built. And he says, no, but this is Hollywood. This is.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
And the script supervisor's like, I can't believe I'm working on this thing. And then he takes his first check to the bank and thinks it's not going to clear. And he goes, okay, here you go. and is told that the bank account is a bottomless pit. So,
all right.
It is. This is a celebration of a movie that does not deserve celebrating. Is my big problem with this movie. I mean, I've seen The Room.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen The Room with a crowd that was trying to get into it and trying to do all the sort of Rocky Horror aspect of it.
It doesn't work. It's not even good enough to.
No, it's
to
not.
Do that
it
to.
is not so bad. It's good. It's just bad.
Yeah.
And it's sad and pathetic, and you feel sorry for the poor people that got dragged in with him.
Yeah, the people in the scenes with him. You're like, oh, you poor thing.
Right. And what's amazing, what's fun about The Disaster Artist is first off is that Franco does not sentimentalize Wiseau in that way. I mean, he clearly feels for the guy and thinks he's a American hero for our time or something.
Mm-hmm.
But he does not shy away from the fact that he was talentless and clueless and rather abusive to the people that he hired to be in his movie and work on his movie.
Mm-hmm. And Franco knows him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have some sort of relationship.
They do know each other, and of course, this is one of those movies where the real person shows up somewhere, and you'll see the real person talking to the person playing that person, and
oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. So
well, and
you get those
didn't
things.
Jimmy Kimmel have the real guy on?
Yeah, had them both on.
Yeah.
That should be available if you want to.
Yeah. The most fascinating part of the movie for me is at the end when they play, because Franco filmed about 30 minutes worth of actual scenes from the film.
Just recreating
scenes from The Room.
Did he build an alley next to an alley?
He did, because he had to show that scene in the movie.
I guess so.
So you see side by side split screen of the scenes from The Room and the scenes recreated from The Room, and it's like an acting masterclass, because if you can compare a bad actors doing something to good actors trying to recreate that thing exactly.
Yeah, I bet that's
it's fascinating.
Yeah. It's interesting that too, from the aspect of Franco, a good actor, having then to play a bad actor.
That's what Sean was saying. Yeah.
I mean, that's really it's a difficult thing to do.
It's not easy. It is not easy to play a bad actor.
Yeah.
And because if you're a bad actor playing a bad actor, you're just a bad actor.
Yes.
But you have to be a good actor to convey everything that's happening if you're a bad actor. So, that's what makes this movie more enjoyable than The Room ever could be. So,
how many stars?
3 stars.
All right.
You are lying. I never hit you. You are tearing me apart, Lisa.
That's Tommy.
That's the real.
That's the real one.
You're tearing me up. It's like
he had a thing. He had a thing for James Dean.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 3 stars for The Disaster Artist. Let's run these down then. Before Your Time, not screened. Ada's Secrets, 3 stars. The Fencer, 3 stars. Daisy Winters and Just Getting Started, also not screened, and 3 stars for The Disaster Artist.
If you want to go see Ada or The Fencer rather, you probably ought to go early, because I understand the Estonian community here has bought a lot of tickets to see it.
So next week, that little Star Wars.
There's that little indie Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You also have Ferdinand. Animated with John Cena doing the voice of Ferdinand the Bull.
That's right.
There was a one a long time ago that
back
Disney did, right?
The 30s. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like as a short, yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder Wheel, the new Woody Allen, and The Shape of Water. The Guillermo del Toro, The Romance of the Creature from the Black Lagoon, or something like that.
I heard him talking about that.
Yep.
Huge reviews.
Huge reviews. All the award type groups are loving it.
So
All
we'll
right,
see.
then.
Mhm.
See you
But
next
mostly
week.
the Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know what they aren't loving is the traffic.
Hey, nice segue, Gino. You do it. You do it just as you do it even better than your sister.
Don't tell her.
I won't.
Minor fender bender northbound I-215 at the 201 freeway ramp. Cars are on the right shoulder there. Redwood Road is a disaster. Closed northbound due to an injury crash. Southbound traffic getting by on the right shoulder. That one's out. What?
I think it's like we're doing our own version of the disaster artist here.
Crash southbound I-15 near Parish Lane in Centerville. 3 cars involved in that. And Lehigh, northbound I-15 through Lehigh. Massive slowage through that area as well. Friends of the program sending those in. Thank you for doing that. 33986. Traffic brought to you by Open Enrollment Questions. Tomorrow at 9, Radio from Hell with special guest Greg Reed from Select Health. We'll be talking about health insurance open enrollment. For more information, go to selecthealth.org.
All right, boners round 2 coming up. Here are your candidates. Number 1. Trump called me and he said, we got to fight the lizard people. There's boner candidate number 2, which is, it seems like the perfect choice to replace his father. It's John Conyers III.
Yes.
All right. And boner candidate number 3, I have the cure for AIDS.
All right, all 3 of those and Big Boy News coming up next. The Advocates. Go to UtahAdvocates.com.
They will advocate for you if you've been injured in an accident.
If you're hurt, if you've been hurt and you have to take off work, you need medical equipment at home, you need help, they will do all of this or help you with all of this if they take your case. And they won't charge you any money unless or until they get you a settlement.
Mm-hmm.
So don't let that be a reason you don't call thinking you can't afford it.
Insurance companies are not really, they're supposed to be helpful, but they also, they have to help themselves to your money.
Am I reading this right? It says here in some copy points that we've been given, I just noticed this. They're aggressive. They can be, it doesn't seem like it because Matt is such a nice guy at Utah Advocates. Over $100 million recovered.
Wow. I believe that, yeah.
$100 million. Yeah, they have the ability and financial resources to take on any case, no matter how big or how small. So call the Advocates. Go to 801-355-5550 or their website where you can chat with an attorney, UtahAdvocates.com.
X96 invites you to enter to win Foo Fighters tickets for their show on December 12th at Vivid Smart Home Arena. Your prize also includes dinner from Spencer's Steak and Chops and VIP parking courtesy of America First Credit Union. The America First...
Tonight on Channel 8, join us for Mysteries of Science. Our scientific staff explore unanswered questions that have boggled the minds of the scientific community for years.
Hello. We're the new Mysteries of Science hosts, radio's Carrie and Bill. Help us explore the scientific worlds of the unknown.
Tonight, we answer the age-old question. How long can a grasshopper live when its head is placed under the focused beam of a high-power magnifying glass?
Use the tweezers to hold him still.
Ow, ow, you're burning my finger. Focus the beam on his head.
The sun, life giver.
Ah, there he goes.
And life taker.
Also tonight on Mysteries of Science, we see just how much damage a firecracker will do to, again, a grasshopper, when it's taped to the insect's body.
Will you hold the damn thing still while I light the fuse?
Ow, my fingers!
Don't miss Mysteries of Science. It's TV worth giving a look-see to. Tonight, right after The Brown Nun on Channel 8.
Now, did you find the Mitt Romney?
I did find the Mitt Romney.
All right, let me just read to you briefly where he did this. It was during a surprise appearance at a dinner this week.
Did he pop out of a cake?
For Washington, D.C. radio and television reporters, his top 10 list of reasons why he dropped out of the race for the White House earlier this year.
Oh, now I found the David Letterman. Is this a different thing that
Well,
you're
it says
talking
Romney.
about?
It says here Romney offered the David Letterman-style list, written with the help of several campaign advisors, at the Radio and Television Correspondents Annual Awards dinner Wednesday night. A video of the appearances available on YouTube.
Now, see, I've got the David Letterman. I don't know if this is the same thing.
Why don't you do it, and I'll see if that's
I also
the same
have
thing.
the other one, too. So.
Top 10 reasons Mitt Romney dropped out of the presidential race. Well, here you have it. As topical as though torn from today's headline. Exactly right. Top 10 reasons Mitt Romney dropped out of the presidential race. Here we go, number 10. Harsh Midwest weather was murder on his split ends. Number 9.
Is that?
This is not the Mitt Romney one. This is Letterman's, but let's see which one is funnier.
Okay.
Wants to devote more time to his rap persona, P. Mitty. P. Mitty. Number 8. Polls show public doesn't want a president who looks like a casino greeter.
That's good. That's good.
Number 7, just couldn't compete with the Ron Paul juggernaut. Number 6.
That's funny.
Unveiling a new line of honey-roasted Rom Nuts. What? What? What?
Honey roasted Rom
Honey-roasted Rom Nuts. I don't know what's the matter with the guy. Number 5, that bastard Zogby had it in for him. Number 4, apparently America's not ready for a white male president. Number 3.
That's good. That's a good one.
Number 3. No, number 3, a writer suffering from mitt withdrawal. Number 2, there was that little problem of nobody voting for him. And the number 1 reason Mitt Romney dropped out of the presidential race, lost all of his money betting on the Patriots.
There you go.
With Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96.
All right, 8:22 right now. Time for round 2 of your boner voting. Presenting to you 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you will decide with your vote which of these 3 is the worst, which of these 3 deserves to go forward to Boner Dome for Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. It'll go up against the winner of round 1. Boner Fight happens at 9:20. 2 candidates now, then a 3rd candidate after the big boy news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive a sense of self-satisfaction.
And a hearty handshake. Bill's been offering those, and I saw him dishing them out yesterday when we were on location.
I paid off at least one person for the hearty handshake. So if you come up to me and say you're a random boner voter in round 2, I'll give you a hearty handshake. Here is boner candidate number 1. Trump called me and he said, we got to fight the lizard people. An armed Washington state man stopped in the middle of an intersection last month to fight the lizard people.
Well, somebody's got to.
President Trump told him to, the police said. Pierce County Sheriff's Office said they received a call on November 25 in Parkland that 54-year-old man had stopped his white SUV in the middle of an intersection and started waving about an AK-47 and screaming about, send the news, I got to get the lizard people. Police arrived at the scene and started closing in on the man, who put his weapon away in the car and lay down on the ground as police ordered. The man allegedly resisted being handcuffed, though, so the police tased him. According to police, the man said he had snorted some meth just to lose weight.
Yeah, it's for,
to lose weight.
It's weight loss.
Well, it would work for that, I guess.
And he had been prescribed to do that. And
he had a prescription.
He said Now, the meth, that doesn't make me crazy, man. The lizard people are real. They're real, man. And he also kept talking. Trump told him that an alpha dragon had kidnapped his family and were holding them hostage.
You prove that didn't happen?
Yeah, the police sort of looked into that a little bit, and yeah, they did. Boner candidate number 1, Trump called me and he said, fight the lizard people. Boner candidate number 2, well, he seems like the perfect choice to replace his father. John Conyers III, the son of a former representative, now John Conyers, Democrat of Michigan. Now, you know John Conyers stepped down. He's 83 years old, a civil rights icon, but it was proved that he was sexually harassing women in his office. He paid a lot of money to cover it up, taxpayer money to cover it up. He wasn't planning really on retiring, even though he's 83, but he's been forced out of office.
I learned it from watching you, okay?
So his son, John Conyers III, was arrested earlier this year on suspicion of domestic violence, but was not charged. The reports could jeopardize, I think should jeopardize. I don't think there's any reason to have the 27-year-old John Conyers III fill in for his father in his recently vacated office. That was kind of the plan.
They were? I
yes.
thought that was a joke.
Oh, no,
they
no,
were
no,
actually
no.
talking
No.
about that. Oh.
No.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. Now, he says these allegations are really not true. Well, not that true. See, he got into a fight with his now ex-girlfriend, and she suffered a knife cut during the argument. She says I stabbed her, which makes no sense, Conyers said. I didn't do that. She and I had a verbal altercation that escalated. She pulled the knife on me. She was chasing me. I tried to take it away from her. There was a struggle. I pinned her to the wall. She kept swinging, and she cut herself. Well, there are no independent witnesses to that. She claims differently. He was not arrested because there were no independent witnesses. But she did get a restraining order against him. She has a restraining order in place against him for the next several months. Boner candidate number 2, he seems like the perfect choice to replace his father.
All right.
Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, I have the cure for AIDS.
All right, boner candidate number 3 for round 2 after this big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Haster Games has the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons & Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it, located at 6831 South State and online at hastergames.com.
I was looking for a kind of a light little celebrity story to start the news here, Gina.
Please?
But I mean, all the celebrities, so many of these celebrities are also involved in, nasty stuff. I mean,
Just
I'm looking.
silly celebrity
I'm
story.
looking. Matt Lauer just wants to play golf. His father-in-law says, no, they're not staying married. How about? Nah, I don't even want to do.
No.
No. There really is
Nothing?
No.
Come on.
Not a happy, wonderful celebrity story. Oh, here, I'll give you this story. Fox News wants you to leave Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Leave Sarah Huckabee Sanders alone.
Leave her alone. She's the the official fact manipulator for the president. Fox News wants you to just let her bake, pray, and live. Indeed, in a headline for an article published Tuesday on the Fox News website, the conservative outlet seemed to plead with the American public to stop victimizing this well-compensated mouthpiece for President Trump.
You chose that job.
Sarah Sanders does press. This is a quote. Sarah Sanders does press, prays, and makes pies. When will haters like Chelsea Handler leave her alone? Well,
because you took a job where you stand at a podium and speak for the president.
Journalist Lauren Duca was quick with a tidy response on Twitter. Oh, I don't know. Probably when she stops lying to the American people. That's when we'll just let her live and pray and bake pies.
Bake, pray, live.
Yeah. Lauren Duca, she's great. You should follow her on Twitter
I do.
At Lauren, Lauren, Duca, Duca. She's very, very smart, and she's a good writer. But she was far from alone on Twitter. Here are some of the others who responded. She specifically lied about baking pies, said one tweeter.
Oh, yeah, that was the thing. She posted a picture of a pie on Thanksgiving, and she said, I made this wonderful pie, and it looks like a clip art picture of a pie.
A stock photo or something? Wow.
Shouldn't that read bakes lies instead of pies? One other tweeter said. So there you go. That's something to cheer you up.
Like bakes lies. That's funny.
Yeah. Oh man, the fire in California. Ranch hand Anthony Martin has stalls for horses. The horses are dead. Dozens of horses, nearly 30, burned to death.
Oh,
in one of the several fires that have erupted in several Southern California this week. They were found dead at Rancho Padilla in Sylmar, and Sylmar was just devastated by fire. All I could think about was the horses, and there they were like, get them out of there, but they just couldn't. The fire was too fast, and they couldn't get them out. And the 405. The 405 has been burning on one side, and
they closed it for a while.
And there is no good news, at least as of this morning.
The flames are headed toward Santa Barbara and Ojai, according to the LA Times.
It's sort of sports, but former Utah Jazz man Andre Kirilenko and his wife Masha.
AK-47?
Yeah, their house apparently burned down.
Yeah, road closures, 101 freeway northbound between 50,000 people evacuating.
It's I don't know, are they still heading toward
toward LA,
toward downtown LA?
Yeah, it's heading toward LA.
It's just a mess, a terrible, awful mess, and I'm sure it doesn't have anything to do with climate change. President, so last spring, it rained a lot in California, more than, again, torrential rains like they hadn't seen. And what that did was cause a lot of stuff to grow.
Stuff that will burn.
And then it dried out because after the rains, there was nothing for a long period of time. So all of that dried out. And that's what's happening. President Trump's former national security advisor apparently told an ex-business partner that economic sanctions against Russia would just be ripped up the minute Trump took office. New allegations against Michael Flynn, who recently pled guilty to lying to the FBI about his contacts with Russia's U.S. ambassador. They were made public on Wednesday in a letter from Elijah Cummings, a Democratic representative from Maryland, top-ranking member on the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee. Cummings said the whistleblower contacted him in June of this year. With the new information, his letter was sent to Trey Gowdy, who chairs the committee. He's a Republican. And I get the impression that Elijah Cummings gave it to Trey Gowdy, and Trey Gowdy did nothing with it.
Probably, because that's how this whole thing is going to happen. Every committee, every hearing,
just bog it down.
They're all controlled by a Republican majority, and they're just going to bog it down or not ask questions or not press for answers.
Elijah Cummings suggested that Trey Gowdy subpoena the White House for documents that the House committee requested in March, but which have not yet been provided. That might potentially corroborate the whistleblower's comments. But Trey Gowdy, again, I don't know what he's done about it, if anything. This is kind of an interesting story. A man who claimed that Salt Lake City police used excessive force on him in July was arrested Wednesday at the end of a press conference that was called by him and his attorney to announce a lawsuit against the city and against a Salt Lake City police officer. Police arrested the guy right after that news conference because they contend he assaulted an officer during the same incident. So the scene unfolded in and around the office of the man's attorney, Robert Sykes. Jackie Sanchez is the guy. He's homeless, and his attorney, Mr. Sykes, announced the federal civil rights lawsuit against Salt Lake City and Officer Benjamin Hone, claiming that Hone ordered unprovoked canine attack on his client, the homeless man, resulting in 42 dog bites and severe injuries. The dog ripped flesh off of Mr. Sanchez's leg, and there were deep injuries, according to Attorney Sykes. And they have, I think they have, photographic evidence of that. And Mr. Sanchez's medical bills, about $30,000, and he was in the hospital for 5 days. So he said, "This is, we're gonna sue the city. This was unprovoked." But right after Sanchez finished giving his statement to the media, a half a dozen cops show up and arrest him on a warrant charging him with assault on a police officer. Now, his attorney, Robert Sykes, says, I have never seen anything like this before, and I've done many of these and had press conferences like this, and I've never in my life have I seen this. According to state court records, Mr. Sanchez was charged August 8th in 3rd District Court with assault on a police officer.
But because he's homeless, they probably didn't know where he was and couldn't arrest him. But you have a press conference. They go, "Oh, we know where he is. He's at the press conference."
Well, Mr. Sykes is saying that, they could have found him and arrested him at any time. It's just interesting that they chose to do it at this press conference.
Wanted to make an impression, I guess.
So I think Mr. Sykes will use that as part of his client's lawsuit.
Probably. Sports weather traffic.
Let's see. The Jazz are home tonight to the Houston Rockets. It's a little bit later game. It doesn't start until 8:30, so keep that in mind when you're making your plans to be downtown tonight. Traffic, let me refresh this quickly, and I will remind you that we are at the beginning of a long-duration inversion, they're saying.
Thanks.
Could be all the way through Christmas, where nothing changes. Very cold at night, highs in the mid to upper 30s during the day, and the air will get progressively worse. So please try to limit your driving and idling during this time. Crash northbound I-15 near Main Street in Lehigh, blocking the left shoulder. Traffic is slowing in that area. Got an accident northbound I-215 at the 201 freeway ramps. We had a friend of the program let us know that the traffic is backed up at the start of Legacy Parkway in Farmington and I-15 outside of Lagoon. There's also a tire in the right lane, blown out tire at the 23rd South exit northbound I-15. That's traffic brought to you by Need Health Insurance. Select Health has you covered. Come into the open enrollment event on Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Select Health, 53rd South in Murray.
Here's boner candidate number 3. I have the cure for AIDS. This guy may have been a boner candidate before. He's minister Stephen Anderson, and he is head of the Faithful Word Baptist Church in Phoenix, Arizona. And when I read this story, I thought, I can't quite believe this. Maybe it's a hoax. Because the story was put out by something called LGBTnation.com. So Minister Anderson says in a sermon that God is demanding that all LGBT people be put to death.
Whoa!
Where did God say?
And he encourages people to do as the Lord commands by Christmas. The church uploaded that sermon online. Turn to Leviticus 20:13.
Oh, good
the
old
pastor
Leviticus.
says
Yes.
in the video. Because I actually have discovered the cure for AIDS. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them, Minister Anderson reads. That, my friend, is the cure for AIDS, he says to his flock. It was right there in the Bible all along, and they're outspending billions of dollars in research and testing. But AIDS is curable, the pastor said, right there, because if you execute the homos, as he said, like God recommends,
yes,
you wouldn't have all of this AIDS running rampant. I thought it was a joke.
Yeah, it sounds over the top.
I went to the website of their church, and I found all kinds of just like bizarre things. For instance, a whole sermon about gynecologists, male gynecologists, which comes down to, goes through all of this stuff. And then finally he says, male gynecologists are not professionals, they're perverts. What kind of a man would go into a profession of examining women's private parts? Don't tell me that he's not made of the same sinful flesh as every other man. No man can look at pornographic images and not be affected. This is what God commands us repeatedly, to set no wicked things before our eyes. And if you are a man who allows your wife to go to a male gynecologist,
wow,
you are committing sins.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
And he's allowed to exist.
Well,
tax-free, no less.
It's a right of free speech here in this country.
I guess so.
Boner candidate number 3. I have the cure for AIDS.
All right, let's review the first two and vote.
So boner candidate number 1. Trump called me and he said, fight the lizard people. Crazy guy on meth, waving around an AK-47, claiming that Donald Trump had gotten a hold of him and talked to him. Boner candidate number 2, well, he seems like the perfect choice to replace his father in Congress. John Conyers III, son of lawmaker John Conyers, arrested in February after his girlfriend called 911 because they were in a fight, and she got cut with a knife. He says he didn't do it, she cut herself. And boner candidate number 3, I have the cure for AIDS.
All right, you got to decide which of these three is the worst. Which one of these three deserves to go to Boner Dome or Boner Fight against winner of round 1 and possibly become Boner of the Day. We'll do that at 9:20, so decide now. 1, 2, or 3, the candidate you think should win. Put that number in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. It's our short code. You can call 877-602-9696 and vote that way with your voice. Or go to x96.com, look for the box that says Round 2, December 7. If you don't see that box, refresh. It'll appear. Here we go. It's round 2. You've got less than 300 seconds. Let's go. Owner of the day.
X96 is Utah's original alternative with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding coming up right after Radio from Hell.
Now, I got this email from Marianne Daly, and it says, hi, Bill, longtime friend of the program. Listen and love the show. Nothing makes me my morning better. I work from home, so I always have the radio on, and more often than not, find myself laughing really, 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 really hard out loud, of course. I identify with you most of the time of the three. So it says, anyway, Marianne goes on to say, I'm writing lately due to the interns. I really enjoyed the interview you did with Matt. What a smart, charming, and funny man.
I didn't know I was on the webcam.
She didn't say anything about the way you looked at this point. Smart, charming, and funny. Shows real interest in radio. He's one to keep around.
Really? Keeper.
Oh, and he brought you Patron Silver. He rocks. He also has that radio voice. Forget that Guthrie guy. Oh no, it says Gumthrie.
Gumthrie?
Yeah, forget Gumthrie.
That's Guthrie's evil twin. Yeah.
Sorry, he just didn't do anything for me. And try to work it out so that Matt has some more radio time.
Ooh.
That would be sweet.
Matt, you are so cute.
I know.
And funny.
Thank you, Carrie.
Thanks, Marianne.
Wow.
Now, I just wonder if this would change Marianne's opinion at all. This is an email that I got from Matt.
From this man?
Yeah.
Wait, which? Oh, was this the one I sent on Monday?
I suppose so.
When you weren't here? Yeah.
Today, says Matt, it says subject, hello, my name is Matt Timian, and I know how to offend the CEO of Simmons like no other. Today I wore a T-shirt that says Godweiser on the front, and this blood's for you on the back. Of course it's a parody shirt.
Of course.
Oh, really?
No.
And it was meant to be serious and worn by Christians. I often find gems like these and wear them as a parody of a parody. Witty and original, I know. Anyway, the CEO of Simmons, I suppose he means Craig Hansen?
Yes,
it was Craig.
Craig was walking by me in the hallway with another gentleman in a suit, and after walking past me, they both stopped, turned around, and looked at my shirt. I pretended not to notice.
He looked at the ceiling.
I then heard them say, we have some really interesting people working here.
They continued to mumble about how interesting I am and then walked up the stairs.
You're making it sound a lot more positive than it really was.
Yes, I'm not taking it as positive at all. Yes, I know how to make an impression. Now I'm certain to get a job. Matt Timian. So, Marianne, there's just more evidence.
It's probably making her more hot for him.
Probably is.
Well,
here's Marianne's email, Matt, if you'd like to
thank
contact
you.
her.
That would be great.
Maybe she could help you with the crock pots and the little smokies.
Appreciate you.
All right, thank you. Yeah. Matt Timian, our intern.
Him and Marianne.
Matt and Marianne.
How nice.
I don't know. He's 2 divorces down already. I don't.
Well, if I could counsel Matt on anything, I'd just say don't do it again. Don't get married again.
Date all you want.
Date all you want. Have a girlfriend, but don't marry again.
I don't trust Matt as far as I can throw him.
Really?
I think you should try to throw him.
I can't throw him. I can throw him an inch. That's how much I trust him.
Oh, I'm sure you can do more than an inch.
2 inches, maybe. I just can't. I'm kind of weak. You should know that about me. I'm weak.
I just thought you meant more. It's 8:46, 47. Go ahead and call it 47.
Okay, 8:47.
Time to award round 2 of your boner voting.
I'm going to have to get my strength up here to do that and announce the winner. I've got my giant mug from Mill Creek Coffee Roasters here.
Mm-hmm.
Going to have a sip of coffee, and then we'll go through it and announce the winner. By the way, the round 2 of the boner voting brought to you in part by my Mill Creek Coffee and, of course, by that delicious dinner I had last night of Mexican food at the Red Iguana.
Nice.
Did you go to 1 or 2?
I went to the original because the new one was too busy.
And the new one's huge.
Yeah, I think they might have been having some private party there or something.
Christmas parties. And
stuff. So we went to one, and I had the Mole Coloradito.
And you don't have to meet a creepy guy in a parking lot this holiday season to get a good deal on a used smartphone. Bad Apple guarantees their refurbished phones. If you don't know which make and model they want, grab them a gift card. Information and more at badapplerepair.com.
So boner candidate number 1 was the meth guy. Trump called me and said, help me, I got to fight the lizard people. Okay. Boner candidate number 2, well, he seems like the perfect choice to go to Congress and fill in for his father, that being John Conyers III. They were going to put him in his father's office because John Conyers Sr., or just John Conyers, he had to step down because of sexual harassment. But it turns out that his son has been involved in a domestic violent fight with an ex-girlfriend. She got cut with a knife. Yeah. And then boner candidate number 3, I have the cure for AIDS. The pastor of the minister of the Faithful Word Baptist Church in Phoenix, who says we got to kill all the gay people before Christmas. That'll cure AIDS because they'll just all be gone. Let's see now. The some random voter has won a hearty handshake from me, and the winner, just stunning number of votes. Boner candidate number 3, I have the cure for AIDS.
I thought so. Well, that now goes up against the winner of round 1. Boner fight happens at 9:20. That's when we decide who is Boner of the day.
So we announced yesterday the mystery Oreo flavor.
Were you here for that, Gino? Or did you hear it on the radio?
I heard my sister on the radio.
Your sister talking
When your
about
sister
it.
she was talking about it.
Yeah.
And
now, Gina, you took great pride in being right about this.
well, we got the mystery Oreos a while ago, and we all tasted them.
Mhm.
And my first thought was they tasted like Pledge.
That furniture polish.
But then
Which just seemed likely.
But then
Yeah,
because
could have been.
because it was slightly citrusy, but in a weird chemical way. And then I went, no, they wouldn't do Pledge. But you know what is slightly citrusy in kind of a chemical way?
In a good way.
Is Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles, which, I tried.
Favorite.
Yeah, I tried some Fruity Pebbles the other day. They taste like Pledge furniture polish. so there you go.
So where'd we get those donuts from the other day that had Fruity Pebbles in the
from that
frosting?
Were they from
Johnny
O's? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He does a donut with sprinkled Fruity Pebbles on, like an icing.
It was like a dream donut for Carrie Jackson.
It was really tasty.
So you were right. The Oreos has said that's right. They announced that the mystery Oreo cookie filling flavor, and a lot of people, I guess, got it, was Fruity Pebbles.
And you entered the contest.
I did, and they haven't picked the winner yet, so I could be the winner of some fabulous prize or a Nabisco hearty handshake.
So I was faced with a tweet this morning from someone named Jenny, who, as I look at her Twitter profile, it says she's an astronaut.
Really?
A time traveler.
Wow.
Makes really good marinara.
Impressive.
And then it says only one of those things is true. But she's
So she's an astronaut.
Apparently. I like her avatar, too. It looks to me like it's I think it's either a stack of pancakes or a cake. I think it's a stack of pancakes. Looks really tasty.
So she knows her
apparently
her food.
Well, she says at RFH Bill, I guess this means that Gina at RFH Gina can now weigh in on foods. Gina, you've earned a big hashtag slow clap.
Well, I think Twitter has spoken, and you cannot.
I
tell me I can't comment on food anymore.
I replied to Jenny, and I said, Jenny, that would be true if Oreos were food. But they're real. But they're
barely food.
There's an argument to be made there.
Yeah, you can't really start commenting on food, Gina. Just because you know Oreos
comment on
doesn't
food?
mean it's like I said to Dylan one time. He said, I'm going out to dinner with some friends, and I said, oh, where are you going? And he said, Red Robin. And I said, well, then you're not going out to dinner. You're going out to have something to eat, but you're not going out to dinner. There's a difference. And I don't mean to disparage Red Robin
It's
in
just a different
any way, shape, or form.
style of
Listen,
food.
they have bottomless steak fries there. I know. But
Although, Gina may have an argument here.
What's that?
Because yesterday, it's funny, I just remembered this.
What's that?
Yesterday, when I was at the liquor store.
Yeah.
I was having the conversation. I always go on Wednesday because there's this girl there, and she always gets the boxes right and everything. She does it right. Any other
You
time
have
I
your
go,
favorite liquor store.
any other time I go to that liquor store, if the boys help me, the boys are terrible. I mean, it's not that they're terrible; they're just not as good as she is.
So by saying,
Anyway.
though, Carrie, that she gets the boxes just right, that signifies to me that you're carrying out of the liquor store boxes and boxes
Yes.
of liquor.
Yes.
Okay.
Bottles of wine.
That's not against the law.
You go once a week, you get all the bottles of wine you need.
Okay. Oh, that makes okay. All right.
I'm not going every day.
Yeah, why go get one
I'm
a
trying
day?
to think of the environment.
Good for you.
How
That's
many
good.
trips?
Consolidate your
Anyway,
trips.
Anyway.
I'm consolidating my trips.
Yeah, but back to your point.
But she, and I don't know how the conversation came up, something about restaurants, and she said, there's a really good Italian place down the street.
Mm-hmm.
Really? And it's that place that you recommended.
Oh, that
What?
Antica Cecilia.
She says, I live in that area, and they just can't keep a restaurant in that space. They come and they go, and they come and they go.
That has the big cheese wheel. That you...
So I wasn't going to go into this one because I thought it'll go away, but it's been there for a while. We went in. It's terrific. I go there all the time now.
What's it called?
Antica Cecilia.
See, I wouldn't have gone there because Gina recommended it.
See,
exactly.
And that's what I'm wondering if maybe slowly she's getting to the point where she can recommend maybe not all foods,
Gina,
but a few specialty foods.
Gina,
Oh, well, here's my specialty food. What's my very favorite food in the whole world?
Reese's.
Steak.
Chicken fried steak.
Okay, all right.
Chicken fried steak.
So I'm going to give you a little tip here. By the way, none of these people are advertising.
No.
Here's my tip. You follow Taqueria27 on Instagram because they post their taco of the day.
Yes.
And it's a different one at all their locations.
You got to be careful.
So when they have a taco of the day that is the chicken fried steak taco, it's fried potatoes.
I've had this.
Cut up chicken fried steak.
Yeah, it's delicious.
With chipotle gravy on the top of it. Oh my God.
Okay, now I want to go back to Antica
Cecilia.
Where is it located?
On 33rd.
Okay. So I'm going to just kind of counter your argument, Carrie, that
All right.
because she recommended that restaurant and oh my God, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been there a couple of times?
I have not been there.
Oh, you haven't been there?
No, and that's what I'm thinking.
Carrie's super picky about his Italian
I am.
restaurants.
Okay.
And so maybe I need to go there.
So somebody else, the girl at the liquor store recommended it? Okay. So what, Gino, let me question you.
Okay.
How many times have you been there?
4 times.
What have you had there? What do you have when you go? What have you had when you go there?
Well, I find something I like and I have it.
Let me rephrase the question. What have you had every single time you've gone there?
I'd have to look up and see what it's called, but it's a citrusy chicken dish.
It's chicken with some lemon juice on it.
There's more to it than that, but yeah.
But it's basically
yeah.
So they have all kinds of nice I should look up the menu. I think they have all kinds of really nice stuff there.
Yeah.
But you don't.
Yeah.
You just only have the
Why?
chicken.
Why does it matter if I had something there and I
Again-
liked it? I've
Again,
had it more
you
than
don't
once.
want to branch out and go to food.
Here's someone who clearly does not know Gina. That doesn't count because she's Italian and she has the advantage.
Yeah.
No,
She's not really Italian. She doesn't eat
No,
cheese.
they don't know.
No.
They don't know you, Gina.
All right.
You don't know me. Let's see. I don't know traffic either. Hold on,
You gonna make it?
Yeah, no, if I can have a hot toddy at some point today, I'll be fine. Crash westbound I-80 at 9th East. The right lanes are closed there. Crash northbound I-15 at Pioneer Crossing off to the right shoulder. Still dealing with that earlier incident northbound Redwood Road. It's closed at Camp Williams. That was a multi-car accident there. Crash Antelope Drive, Bluff Road in Syracuse. Crash eastbound SR 68, 7th West, 5th South, Davis County. Left lane is blocked there. That's traffic brought to you by Open Enrollment Questions. Tomorrow at 9, Radio from Hell with special guest Greg Reed from Select Health will be talking about health insurance open enrollment. Go to selecthealth.org.
All right, coming up in just a few moments, our X Days of Xmas contest. Stand by for that. And Boner Fight is on the way. Diamonds Direct.
Diamonds. And diamonds are really a great Christmas gift. Now, Diamonds Direct has lots of other jewelry.
Oh, yeah. They have gemstones.
Mm-hmm. They have eternity bands. They have colored gemstones, pendants, earrings, and everything now really great deals for Christmas. So buy it early. You can get 3 years for 0 interest. So, you just...
It seems to me you could have it paid off in 3 years.
Yeah, easy.
If you do it right.
Just so pick any item, take the price, divide it by 36, and that will get your super low payment plan. Right? Got it? Simple as that. Diamonds Direct. Now, imagine, get something really special for your loved one this season. Have them open it up, and there's a piece of beautiful jewelry from Diamonds Direct. I'm expecting to open a box with a diamond eternity band in it.
You could go buy it for yourself.
Well, yeah, I could. Diamonds Direct and free lifetime warranty. They're at 6400 South right across from the Fashion Place Mall.
This holiday season, X96 and Mark Miller Subaru want to share the love with those who need it. Let us Radio from Hell with Carrie, Bill, and Gina. 96.3 FM, X96.
Last week, these little girls came up to me.
Ow.
They come running up to me, and they go, and I mean, they're like 12 years old or 11, and they go, Are you Bill Allred? And I said, yeah. And they said, do you remember us? And I said, no. And they said, you threw us out of that garage in your backyard a couple of weeks ago.
What? You had kids in your garage?
Not my garage, my neighbor. She has this old garage, and the
Wait a
top
minute.
of it.
No, do you have an infestation?
Yeah.
Is it like
little girls?
That's what it was like. It was an infestation of little girls. And the old garage has like a top place that you can walk up some stairs and go into a second story, but it's just ramshackle. You know, you can see through the ceiling and the floorboard.
You ought not be walking around.
It's more of a shack than anything.
Yeah, and I realized there were some kids up there so I went over, and there were these little girls in there trying to clean it up and make a playhouse out of it. You know, and
a fort. We want a fort.
Yeah, and I was nice to him because I said I know how attractive this is to want to do this, but it's really not safe. Plus, it's filthy. And I mean, they had cleaning equipment in there and all of this kind of stuff. And I said, it's really not safe.
Yeah.
So and there were other kids coming down my driveway and stuff to go up there with them. And I said, so come on out and please don't do it anymore. And you know, they haven't. I could have I was going to put a lock on the door for my neighbor. And I haven't gotten around to it, but I don't think anybody's been up there since.
Yeah.
At least I don't think so. But then apparently there were some older kids who recognized me, apparently. So they were just really excited that they had been thrown out.
Kicked us out.
They kicked us out of that place.
Does that mean Jonesy's going to scream like that someday? No! Is that what girls do?
Yeah.
Hi. Being there for kids is super good fun.
Who is that? Who is that that says super good fun?
It's a PSA for some kid thing.
But you don't know who it is?
No.
Hi. Being there for kids is super good fun.
All it takes is a little know-how.
All it takes is a little know-how. Yeah, super good fun.
96.3 FM, X96.
Okay, I'd like the Cajun grilled chicken sandwich, plain. I just want the chicken and the bun. No cheese, no mayonnaise, no lettuce, tomato, onions, coleslaw. And can I get onion rings instead of fries?
The way she really is, and no one believes us. So we thought if we got it on tape, people would finally believe it.
All right. Did you want the Cajun seasoning?
Yes.
Yes.
And I would like the spicy Cajun mustard mayonnaise on the side.
Mayo on the side.
Don't put it on the sandwich.
No, I won't. No, trust me, I won't.
Thank you.
And the cheese?
No cheese.
No cheese.
No
at all.
cheese. No, just chicken.
All right.
Chicken bacon bun.
Onion
And
rings.
again, we're not trying to be difficult just for the radio. This is real.
All right. Thank you.
I'm so very sorry.
That's all right. Don't be sorry. I would like to say I've had worse, but that's probably the worst.
And how long have you worked here?
Here, 6 months, but
Dealing with tourists every day and their weird ordering habits, this is the worst. I want it on record, ladies and gentlemen.
It's from an official professional waitress. I'm the worst.
And again, this is no exaggeration.
Congratulations, Gina. Congratulations.
You've earned your spot in the Hard Rock Hall of Fame.
She's here to get married, by the way.
oh, congratulations.
And she's marrying a guy named Joe Jones. Maybe you as our waitress, I'm sorry, what's your name again?
Kristen.
Maybe Kristen, you as our waitress, you could warn Joe that it's still not too late.
Because I've been saying it every day, every hour, ever since we heard about this.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's what we think.
Thank you. Thank you. There you go. Little potty break song. Let's see. We got to do the X Days of Xmas here.
Yeah, we have a different present for you every day, and today's present is a gift certificate to Jade Market, which is there at the Central 9th District. And it's a keyword I'm going to give you, and you'll text that to 33986, and you'll try to win that gift card to Jade Market Grocers.
Mm-hmm.
Keyword is organic, ORGANIC, organic. Text that to 33986. Oh, I need to read this little bit of copy about Jade Market.
Please do.
A unique local grocery store located conveniently off the 9th South Track Station Have a Jade Market $5 breakfast with Rico breakfast burrito, Jimmy Dean scramble, or Bubble and Brown scones, medium coffee, and fresh fruit. All that for $5?
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of food for $5.
Pretty cool.
You can also enter at x96.com. All the prizes we're giving away for the X Days of Xmas, we're also giving away there. Ooh, it's $50. That's a good gift certificate there for Jade Market.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just thinking about this morning when I came in, and I just want to thank Gina. She's at low energy right now because she's sick.
Low energy, Gino.
She's
bye-bye.
But she
my dentist.
So I came in this morning and was talking about, before we went on the air, and was talking about something that was irritating to me.
Mm-hmm.
And Gina has this habit, which I find even more irritating than what I was talking about, of trying to explain to me why people are, the things that are irritating me, the people that are irritating me. Then Gina sits there and tries to explain to me why they're doing it, why they're behaving in the way they are, why they do it, and it just bugs the hell out of me and irritates me, because I said to her, I know why they're doing it, and that's what irritates me. But I want to thank her when she does that to me, and particularly this morning, I was at low energy when I came in. But it just gets me charged up. It gets me fired up.
So I helped get you ready for.
Yeah, Kerry sits there when I'm doing that, and he looks kind of bemused, kind of like, well, there he goes. And
you were extra yelly before we even started today.
Yeah, and it just kind of just got me up for the show, and so I thank you. I really.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
Your irritating habit.
You do this to yourself. It's got nothing to do with Gina. You do this to yourself.
Well, I know what you mean.
Because you allow.
I allow it to happen.
Yeah, instead of just going.
You've become over the years way more zen, and I've become way less zen.
I had to. Yeah. I absolutely had to.
For your mental health?
I used to have the worst temper, and
And you take it home? And...
Exactly. I mean, I would be in traffic and be just, gesturing and yelling, and it was slowly killing me. And so I had to. And so with like between a therapist and all that, you just go, you have to get to a point where you go, yeah, that's going to happen. Expect it.
Yeah.
I've come to the edge of therapy a couple of times, and I've never gone all the way.
Jump in, baby.
No, don't.
Because
first of all, I would tell you don't want to find out about yourself. Believe me.
Oh, I thought he was gonna confess to being a Scientologist.
Every time I get close and think, yeah, I probably should go talk to somebody, then something terrible happens somewhere else, and I think, well, God, I don't have problems like that.
Yeah, but
I don't.
There's nothing.
My problems.
But that's the point.
Tiny.
Is that there's nothing you can do about that whatever it is that you're gesturing at right now.
I like it when I do that with Gina, because I don't do it really much, very often anywhere else. I don't think I used to yell in the car, and I don't do that anymore. And
you save it for me.
Well, but I like it when I do it with you, because to me it's sort of comic.
This is a safe place, Bill.
It's kind of comic, and it's more, to me, it's sort of more fun, and it gives me energy.
Well, and you can yell at me, and I don't care.
You don't care. Yeah, you don't care.
You can't yell at people at home. Come here and yell at me.
But you also know that I'm not yelling at you because I don't like you.
I know.
Or that I'm not really mad at you.
And I also think it's fun to get you to the point where
I know you do. You love poking me, so I do that.
And Stephanie is very excited about The Edge of Therapy, a new drama on CBS immediately following CSI Miami.
Starring Gino Barberi, a man lost in a woman's body.
On tonight's episode, will Gino go to therapy?
I think about it.
On next week's.
I have this other side of me, and it's called Gina. I got to go to a therapist.
I got to go talk this through.
On next week's The Edge of Therapy, will Gino finally make that call to go to therapy? Every episode is
never quite
The Edge of
it.
Therapy.
Yeah.
It's always never ending.
The season cliffhanger is always the same.
Gino makes a long journey to the other edge of therapy.
A Quinn Martin production. Let's see, 9:13 then. All right, coming up after these, we got Big Boy News. Well, a little bit of news. It's not Big Boy. It's a little bit of news. About
Little boy news.
About 5 minutes worth of news.
Okay.
And then boner fights, of course. Stand by for that. OmahaSteaks.com. Now, if you're going somewhere for the holidays, visit. Send this before you go, because when you arrive, you will be greeted as a hero for sending this family gift pack from Omaha Steaks. Here's how you get it. Go to omahasteaks.com, and then there's a search portion of their website. You're going to search their website for X96. You click on that. It'll take you to where you can get this. The family gift pack for only $49.99. There is shipping involved, but for $49.99, you can get this. It's a 75% off deal. 2 filet mignons, 2 top sirloins, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 kielbasa sausages, 4 burgers, 4 potatoes au gratin. I say it that way because my mom used to call it au gratin.
Au gratin.
And that just doesn't sound right. 4 caramel apple tartlets, 1 Omaha Steak seasoning packet, and they're going to throw in 4 additional kielbasa sausages for free because you went to omahasteaks.com. You searched their website for X96 in their search bar. That's how you get this 75% savings. Then you can have it sent to the place you're going to be spending your holidays. It is guaranteed to be a hit. X96 invites you to help people experiencing homelessness this holiday season. Tonight, almost 3,000 people, including 800 children, will be safe and warm in the Road Homes emergency shelters or housing programs.
Drop off.
Tonight on the Channel 2 News at 10, it's Rod Decker, Undercover. What goes on behind the counter of your favorite burger joint? Are you getting more than you bargained for when you order it to go? Should we pay fast food workers more? And just what's in those deep-fried chicken pieces everybody orders? Our undercover reporter, Rod Decker, puts on a paper hat, a uniform, and a plastic badge with the name Bob on it, and he takes his hidden camera to uncover the truth about fast food.
Okay, Bob, I'm your manager. We'll start you out on the counter and see how you do.
Very good, sir. Hello, may I take your order?
Yes. I'll have a big burger, a 6-piece chicken thing, and a large root beer.
Would you like fries with that?
No. If I had wanted fries, I would have asked for fries.
So what you're telling me is that you don't want fries with your order.
That is what I said, isn't it?
Bob, you're slowing us down here. The customers are backing up. Let's move you over to fries for a bit. You work out there. We might be able to promote you to grill. You screw up, buddy, you're out of here.
Okay, then.
Oh, hey, Bob, I'm Ted. Welcome to Fries. Pay no attention to the assistant manager. One community college management course, and he thinks he's Ray Kroc.
I see. So what's your story?
I just need some spare cash. I don't see myself cleaning out the shake machine 10 years from now. Hey, Bob, Bill's brother here is smuggling a keg back from Evanston. Big beer bash tonight. You want to come?
So what you're saying is that there will be an illegal supply of alcoholic beverages available tonight.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. You're Rod Decker, the Channel 2 news guy. Hey, everybody, it's Rod Decker.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. My name is Bob. I'm just an everyday high school student trying to get by on minimum wage.
Hey, you are Rod Decker. Give me that paper hat. Did anyone tell him what's in the deep-fried chicken pieces?
No.
Good. Now back to work, all of you.
There you have it. Fast food workers seem to be highly trained professionals. The weak links, like me, get weeded out in a hurry due to first-rate management techniques. As for minimum wage, it seems to be enough for these kids to have beer money. And the deep-fried chicken pieces are still a mystery to me. This is Rod Decker, Undercover, KUTV News.
right, so we got Boner Fight coming up here in about 5 minutes, but first, a little bit of news.
Little bit of news brought to you by this holiday season. Dine, drink, and shop local. Visit Central 9th District featuring Mediterranean Small Plates and Wine Bar, Laziz Kitchen Middle Eastern Food, Blue Copper Coffee, Troubadour Salon, Water Witch Cocktails, and Jade Market Grocers, just a few steps from the 9th South Track Station.
Well, it's a sad story. 1 man dead, 2 injured in an industrial accident. It's a business that makes ink. Ink for printing.
Okay.
All kinds of ink. And there was a slip up somewhere. 2 men were injured and 1 man drowned in a gigantic vat of ink.
Wow.
In Australia. The man's body has not even been removed, at least as of this writing, has not even been removed from the vat of ink because it's too dangerous to get in. What I would suggest is leaving it there and market it as a very special
It's
kind
like
of ink.
it's like those Kiss comic books that had their blood in it.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
It's true.
Didn't
Nick,
really-
you didn't know that.
Didn't really have their blood.
Well, I mean,
They said
it was a big vat of ink.
And they put some blood
and
in
they
it.
dropped a couple of drops in it.
They
but,
said
you
that
know.
they did. They said that they did.
I believe
Well,
it.
there
of
were
course you did.
there were
Of
pictures.
Of course. Well, yeah. Roaming wildfires across Southern California. Just hideous. Flames racing across Ventura and now Los Angeles County. Entire communities emptied. Tens of thousands of Californians and visitors grabbed what they could and fled. The fires created scenes of, if you're looking at x96.com/live right now, it looks like the apocalypse.
It really
looks
does.
like the 4 horsemen have ridden across the sky and fire is raining down on Los Angeles. The largest of the wildfires is called the Thomas Fire, 150 square miles in Ventura County, roughly the size of the state of the city of Denver.
Wow.
It surrounded Ojai on Thursday morning. Officials said the popular winter retreat that is normally home to about 8,000 people is endangered. Most of the Ojai Valley under mandatory evacuation. And they're saying there is no in the immediate future there is nothing to make it better.
Given the concept for the band, Kiss drew upon comic book superheroes almost as much as upon the music itself. A marketing idea. Sure enough, Kiss members allowed their blood to be drawn during a concert stop and later flew up to New York to be photographed, adding their vials of donated blood to a barrel of red ink.
That's certainly what they said.
I'm reading this from Snopes, Bill.
Oh, okay.
There are photos.
Yeah.
Well, there are photos of the vials.
No, there's photos of them. I'm
Okay.
looking at it right now.
It was a Marvel comic, Stan Lee is a showman as well.
Gee, I'm really sorry that I somehow doubted Kiss and their truth. I'm sorry. Republicans rammed a bill through the House Wednesday that would make it easier for gun owners to legally carry concealed weapons across state lines.
What could go wrong?
The first significant action on guns in Congress since mass shootings in Nevada and Texas killed more than 80 people. So their response is to make it easier for people to carry guns across state lines. Oh, they managed to do that, but they can't seem to pass a bill which will extend the government operations. The government's going to run out of money. What is it, today? Tomorrow? Tomorrow. And they can't seem to deal with that.
And CHIP, let's not forget that.
Yeah, the Children's Health Insurance Program.
Hungry kids.
Guns, let's take those across the state lines. Though.
What could go wrong?
Nothing. The inversion lingering above Salt Lake Valley, and according to Fox 13's meteorology department, the National Weather Service, this inversion will be here for at least 2 weeks.
Why are you quoting them? You could have quoted your own
I'm going to quote a
meteorological
doctor. Well, Gina is not here, and I don't trust Gino. Whenever the winter inversion strikes, doctor's office visits go up. Quote, you can look out and not see the mountains anymore or see the buildings anymore, and that's when it's really bad, said Dr. Daniel Chappell with Farmington's Ogden Clinic. I don't know why there is a place called the Ogden Clinic in Farmington, but there you go. He says, that's when I see patients with asthma or bronchitis or a cold or pneumonia, and they come in here with even more symptoms. What do you do? Is there something you can do? Well, wash your hands whenever you've been outside or in a public place or shaken hands with Bill Allred. Wait, how did that get in there? Try to stay indoors. If you're already sick, Gino, do not go to work or force your children to go to school. Take recommended preventative medication prescribed by your physician. Don't.
No, I have not been to my physician.
Maybe you should.
And it says it's very dangerous to get the flu or a cold during the inversion.
Well, that's just great.
It makes it much worse.
That's just
because they're you know what that inversion is, what that stuff. It's particles.
Yeah, and I'm breathing that into my well, we're all breathing it into our lungs.
Yeah, you probably more than others because
I breathe a lot.
Well, and you have big lungs, really big lungs.
Those aren't
lungs. Let's get you some surgical masks.
I'm already okay.
No, your hand doesn't. No.
Maybe that's a good. Maybe you should do it.
I can walk around like this.
Would you wear a paper mask?
No.
Yeah,
Why
I don't
not?
think so.
I don't.
Because I'd look silly.
Well, no, like I ever care about looking silly.
It'd be a good look for you.
Yeah.
Surgical. I look like I'm from China.
Well, I mean, you'd have to take it off when you talk on the radio, but you know.
It's Boner Fight, the final round.
I'm predicting this isn't going to be much of a fight, but we'll see.
Well, that's fine.
They're usually very equal.
Indulge me.
In voting. So let's see. The winner of round one, Boner candidate number one in this fight, is like Zimmerman, I was standing my ground. This is a tennis coach who's using the stand your ground law in Florida to defend hitting a 5-year-old kid with a tennis racket. and it hurt. I mean, it hurt him. I think it gave him a cut and a big bruise. And that's number one. Boner candidate number two, I have the cure for AIDS. Minister Stephen Anderson of the Faithful Word Baptist Church, I think it's located in Phoenix, is encouraging his flock to help the world, rid the world of AIDS by killing all of the gays by Christmas. He's serious about this sort of thing, you know.
He should be in jail.
He's Boner candidate number two. Go at it.
All right. Here we go. You got to decide which one is the worst, 1 or 2. Boner of the day. You decide, 1 or 2. Put that number of the candidate in the message of a text. Text that to your text short code, our text short code, 33986. You can call, use your voice, 877-602-9696. Or you can just go to x96.com, click on the box that says Boner Fight December 7th. We got to decide who is Boner of the Day. Let's go.
The music starts at 10 with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding on X96.
Hi, it's me, Richie T,
the producer of the show.
Yeah, and long-known maid person who makes people feel uncomfortable.
Yes,
Carrie
we've all been there.
For any number of reasons.
Carrie would say HR nightmare.
Just to let you know, because of all that just happened, you have about 2.5 minutes to tell the story.
I met someone last night at the theater who is more uncomfortable than I am. Who makes people more uncomfortable than I am. Went and saw Beautiful. First Broadway touring show over at the Eccles Theater. Gorgeous. If you're interested at all in that kind of stuff, it's so great. I went down at intermission to the bathroom.
Well, that's the Carole King show.
Yeah. Down at the in line for the urinal, and the gentleman behind me started talking to me, which is okay. We're in the bathroom. It's kind of, you don't talk in the bathroom. But lots of people do that. They wouldn't make him the most uncomfortable.
It's okay if you're not standing at the urinal. If you're in line, you could talk.
So then he and I, we happened to be urinals next to each other right?
Mm-hmm.
And he continues to talk. Now, people will say my hair, as of late, is a little out of control. It's a little
Mary
unruly.
Claire's worried.
Yeah. To the extent that Gina's mom said, "Is he okay?"
Okay.
I've had several people that have Facebook messaged me saying, "Are you?" But seriously, are you okay?
Yeah, I
Have
would
you
just
given
advise you not to go to the zoo until you get a haircut.
I'm standing at the urinal next to the gentleman who I met in line waiting for the urinal. Bill, come here. You're going to be my prop for this.
Oh God!
On the radio, that's great.
I've got the hair and I've got product in
Tell
my.
HR to be ready.
I've got the product in my hair today. The gentleman reaches over while we're both going to the bathroom and starts playing with the back of my hair. Your hair has such body and bounce. How do you?
While you're
How do you do that? Yeah, while we are both at the urinal using the bathroom.
That's a little much.
Did he give you his phone number?
No, and
Did he give you $10?
Should have.
I would have asked him. I would have said, "Excuse me, but that costs $10."
I would have accepted either his phone number or $10.
What did you say?
I said, well, I just...
You're making me a little uncomfortable here.
No, I didn't want to make any sort of production about it as in the moment. I just was like, well, there's a conditioning gel that I use. Zip, turn, wash my hands, and walked away.
And you ought to see what I do with the hair down here.
Hey. So uncomfortable.
Now you know what it feels like?
So let me take this second.
Yeah.
If what I do to you makes
Yeah,
you
it does
feel
sometimes.
like that,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I hope it's a good lesson. The massaging, the tickling on the side,
Sure.
that
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
it's the
And
same.
it's not at the bath. Richie doesn't do that stuff in the bathroom.
No.
But sometimes he comes up and does his little tickling thing, or I don't care for it.
No.
Yeah. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay. Will you stop?
No, but
I
I'm
didn't think so.
sorry.
On X96.
All right. 9:34. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And Boner of the Day is brought to you by some queso and some guacamole and some mole coloradito. And I decided I'd try a glass of sangria.
Nice.
And need health insurance? Select Health has got you covered.
You're just getting deeper and deeper as the show
Hey,
goes
Gino.
Come to the open enrollment event this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Select Health, 53rd South in Murray.
Hey, buddy. All right, so the winner of round one, like Zimmerman, I was standing my ground. It's the tennis coach using the stand your ground law to defend hitting a 5-year-old. People get the title, like Zimmerman.
Mm-hmm.
I
think.
Yeah. I mean, you guys.
Trayvon
do it, right?
Martin.
Yeah, Trayvon Martin, George Zimmerman. And then Boner candidate number 2. I have a cure for AIDS. The pastor of the minister of the Faithful Word Baptist Church. We can cure AIDS by if we just go out and kill all the gays by Christmas. No more AIDS. Well, I was right.
Yep.
Ran away with it.
Yeah, no, there's
Pretty much.
there's no contest.
Number 2. I have the cure for AIDS.
There you go. That is now the winner of Boner of the Day for today, Thursday. It is now qualified for Boner of the Week. That happens tomorrow at about 9:50. All right.
Okay.
So, hi, it's me,
Hi, Richie.
Hi, Richie.
Richie's the producer of the Radio from Hell show.
I have a story to tell you, and I don't know that I need help necessarily, but should something like this ever happen again, maybe you can let me know what to do.
Oh, I know. You need help.
Well, sure.
About anything.
Most things.
Yeah. So anyway.
I was at the gym,
Mm-hmm.
finished my workout,
Okay.
and I showered.
Okay.
And I think I'm one of the younger people to adopt this attitude where I just don't care, and I walk around the gym locker room naked. Most of the people at my particular gym are over the age of 60 and walk around naked, but I get pretty sweaty, and I usually go from the gym to the theater, so I can't go to the theater stinky. I need to shower. I'm naked, just gotten done with the shower. I dry off as much as I can, kind of in the privacy of my own like shower stall, and I walk back, but you can't get everything, and you want to make sure you're super dry before you put your clothes back on.
Because they'll be sticky.
Yeah, and especially with the religious wear, like that stuff sticks real well
Yeah.
if you're wet at all.
I'll bet.
So I'm standing. I got one leg up on the bench, and
Oh,
I'm drying.
okay.
See, I
all
know
right.
too much already.
It's
Okay.
And this guy, there's 3 gentlemen in the locker room.
Yeah.
There's one guy, he's all the way down at the far end.
Yeah.
And then as I swear it is either fate or just how gym locker rooms work for men, the only other guy in the locker room is literally in the locker right next to where I have left my stuff.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter, and that happens all the time,
does,
right?
yeah,
You
you're
put
right.
your stuff in, you come back, and there can be one
Yeah.
guy in the locker room, and he's in the locker next to yours. And so I'm drying off, and I try and do it fairly privately and fairly quickly. And the guy twice overs me. He's younger. He's between probably 30 and 50 maybe.
Twice over mean he's looking
But,
at you.
Yeah, he did a twice
intently?
over with
Up and
me.
down.
Yeah.
All right.
And starts whistling. Which
Hey, you there with the stars
No,
in your eyes?
No, that's
no.
what I'm wondering what the tune is.
no,
that-
it's I'm Mr. Lonely.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Lonely. I'm Mr. Lonely.
Yeah.
That one.
I have nobody for
call
my own,
I
right?
know
And
that song.
I got the twice over.
So, Richie, what's your question here?
could have been worse. Could have been just a gigolo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have that? This is all gay code? Do you have that?
What's your question?
So
I don't think you really have to
I
ask.
so
do
I
you?
got so I sort of got dried
Yeah.
off, and he left. The guy at the far end of the locker room, I'm like, did you notice that? And he's like, oh yeah, he was totally checking you out. And I said, and did you notice the song? And he said, Mr. Lonely? Yeah.
Well, so you had confirmation.
Yeah, but I don't know how gay that makes you that you know the song that he, because I don't know that I would know this
That's a
song.
really old
Yeah.
song.
So my question maybe is,
Yes.
should I have addressed and acknowledged?
No.
I understand what you're doing, and I'm not interested.
No.
Thank you.
No, you just have to do nothing. Do
But-
nothing.
But it was very blatant. It was.
I don't know. If you're feeling kind of frisky, you might say, thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, I mean, but do you address it or you just let it
No,
slide?
Just let it go.
You just ignore. Thank you. All right. Stephanie says she'll never be the same again after hearing this. All right. Let's see. We got stuff coming up. Stand by. I got to tell you about Mattress Firm.
Their winter slumber sale at Mattress Firm. Go into a Mattress Firm store, and there's probably one near you because there are, 20 some odd Mattress Firm stores along the Wasatch Front.
Go when you have a little bit of time.
Yeah, go lie down on some mattresses. They encourage
that. They have color coded them based on firmness and other qualities, so you can find the exact one that's right for you.
So they're having their winter slumber sale. You can get a free box spring when you pick out your perfect mattress at Mattress Firm. Also, Mattress Firm's year-end closeout. Save up 70% on your favorite name brand floor samples, including Beautyrest, Serta, Hampton, and Rhodes. And then if you're all set on the mattress, you can top it off with sheets and pillows and any accessory that you want, or you take your sleep to a new level. Get what I have and Kerry got at Mattress Firm.
Oh, yeah, love it.
The adjustable base. Oh, that's great. So, Mattress Firm, their winter slumber sale. Go to mattressfirm.com and find a store near you.
X96 is...
Ladies and gentlemen, the Radio from Hell radio players.
Sex. Boom. There, I said it.
You did it. Good for you. I love how you snicker and can't say that word with a straight face.
I didn't snicker. All I'm saying is our relationship expert is in the studio. And I made a breakthrough, didn't I? Didn't I?
What was it?
I said sex over the public airwaves.
Oh, by the way, I did get your email with all your questions. We're going to go through them one by one tonight.
All right, thanks for throwing me under the bus.
It's all good, brother. Big Daddy's here.
The birds and the bees. It's a conversation that is a famous in culture.
Oh yeah, critical.
What actual percentage would you say from your experience as a relationship coach, what percentage of families actually have this conversation with their kids?
You know, my gut would tell me 35%.
Really? See, I would have put it somewhere around like 5, 10.
Well, I don't know, you think, but I don't know that they do a great job about it.
You know there's things we don't talk about, kids.
Right.
One of them is the birds and the bees.
I think we're getting to a day and age when more and more of it is happening. There are some great statistics about, teenage sex and things like that. And, those numbers are dropping. Not doing it as much as they used to, amazingly.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that nationwide or just in Utah?
Nationwide.
Okay.
And, in fact, I'm looking for those as we're talking. I think what we're starting to see is, for example, younger adolescents, so younger than 15 years of age, are delaying sexual intercourse by a great number. In fact, here's some examples, some other statistics. Ages 12 to 19-year-olds report parents are their greatest influence regarding sexual decision-making and values.
Okay.
37% say their parents were the most important key as opposed to their friends, 33%, siblings 5%, and the media. So parents, it's a critical thing that you talk to your kids. 94% of adolescents and 91% of Oh, sorry. No, it's 94% of adolescents and 91% of parents believe that adolescents should be advised that they should not have sex before completing high school.
You know, that's interesting because, well, for the most part, well, not the most part, but a lot of parents believe
Yeah.
that their kids aren't going to listen to them.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No.
They don't have the kind of influence over their teenagers that they wish they had. But what you're saying is...
They expect it.
So, yeah, parents, step up. I think Utah, I believe we do have a bit of stigma around this topic. Sometimes we don't want to go there. Sometimes we think it's opening up a can of worms, but I think it's completely your responsibility. And, you know, you would let your kid go and do something dangerous, you know, without some advice, some information.
Like rock climbing or...
Like rock climbing, right. You'd make sure they knew what was going on. You'd make sure that they...
Or driving.
Uh-huh, right.
What the hell was that?
That was the Radio from Hell radio players.
What? How long was that?
Too long.
How long was that?
4 minutes.
What did they say?
And that was cut off.
And I still don't know what they said.
I have no idea what they were talking
There was
about.
more of it.
God bless the Palestinians and God bless the United States.
All right.
It's almost kind of sad.
No, don't you dare go there.
Well, it was. If you don't think of who's really saying it, you just think of somebody having trouble with their dentures, and
I can't separate the two.
well, okay. My mind can do a lot of things. It's capable of going in several directions. Yes, Dylan.
It was the sniffing that first drew my attention.
Well, it's different when you hear people who are imposing figures have like a vulnerable human moment. It reminds me a lot of the Simpsons episode when Marge sees Mr. Burns in the shower. She feels sorry for him.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot like that Simpsons episode.
It's Carrie takes all of his lessons from Star Trek. And Dylan takes all of his life lessons, certainly not from me, his father, but from The Simpsons.
Let us rededicate ourselves to a path of mutual understanding and respect. Let us rethink old assumptions and open our hearts and minds to possible
right there.
and possibilities. And finally, I ask the leaders of the region, political and religious, Israeli and Palestinian, Jewish and Christian and Muslim, to join us in the noble quest for lasting peace.
I would suggest
Thank you.
Polygrip.
God bless you. God bless Israel. God bless the Palestinians. And God bless the United States. Thank you very much.
It's...
See, and I was looking at the video, and I the way he's I thought he was stroking out at first.
No, real. His mouth got really dry,
but then and
his dentures were bugging him.
Slipped.
Yeah.
Has it been confirmed that he has dentures?
No.
Oh,
no,
he'd
and
never admit.
Never will.
But they are hiring
I have the greatest dentures.
They're hiring what?
They are hiring a White House intern who's just in charge of the dentures now. Somebody to bring him the Polydent every day.
Put them in the glass.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Trump. And it's a gold glass.
But the substance of what he did is what we ought to really be talking about.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It is. It is going to foam, if it already has started, violence in that area that could spread to other countries. The king, is it a king of Jordan, the country neighboring Israel, said, "What? Why
would you do this?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
For what? How many years has it been? 75 years, 80 years? Every president of the United States and other world leaders have said we cannot at this point acknowledge Jerusalem being the capital of Israel.
It's all about bringing Jesus back, I think, isn't it?
I don't know if he knows any of that.
I think he's been.
Well, but that's what the evangelical base.
Yeah.
I'm sure the evangelical base has been telling him you need to do this.
Yeah.
They don't tell him why necessarily, but you need to do this.
They don't know anything about the different shades of conflict in that area. All they care about is restoring of the Holy Land.
And not that I mean to, push Gina over the edge into therapy, but I feel like someday they could say, well, it all started when President Trump.
Yeah, don't think that that's without the realm of possibility.
I am not joking.
I'm on the edge of therapy.
Do you want to come with me to my therapist?
Is it today?
Yeah, we could just go after the show. You'd have to. I don't want you in my car. You're going to get me sick. But
you have to take a lunch. You have to bring a sandwich. His therapist likes a sandwich.
We meet at the Subway.
If we were a Good Morning Show, we'd have had the parody song prepared already, from the Stevie Nicks Edge of 17 to the Edge of Therapy. See, it'd be easy to
but
do.
We're not good.
But we're not a Good Morning Show.
No, terrible.
Terrible morning show.
We think check-ins are a good feature.
No, we don't, but we do them anyway.
That's because we'll plow ahead. We plunge ahead, even though we know this is terrible.
Everyone tells us not to do that, but we do it anyway.
We can commit to a bit on the Radio from Hell show.
I think that's part of our charm.
We have excellent commitment.
Commitment? Look what you did.
Yeah.
You just made a word.
How about that?
Thanks.
Should we try a promo?
Yeah, let me.
Okay. All right.
On Friday's Radio from Hell show
at 7:45, we'll give you a keyword, and you could win tickets to see Foo Fighters.
At 8 a.m., it's your question of
hey, Donald.
United States. United States. The United Snakes. All right.
On Friday's Radio from Hell show
at 7:45, we'll give you a keyword to win Foo Fighters tickets.
At 8 a.m., it's your meh question of the week. I'm picking it, so make it a meh one. Send them to radiofromhell@x96.com.
And then at 9, do you have open enrollment questions? Insurance. We'll have a special guest here, Craig Reed from Select Health.
Craig Reed.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now we have to do it again. Or we could have just kept going.
No,
like we do. One more time. Sorry.
One more time.
Be quiet, John.
On Friday's Radio from Hell show
7:45, that's a.m., we'll give you a keyword to win Foo Fighters tickets.
At 8 a.m., it's your meh question of the week. I'm picking it, so send them to radiofromhell@x96.com.
And then at 9 a.m., do you have open enrollment questions, about your health insurance? Well, we'll have a special guest in studio, Greg Reed from Select Health. We'll be talking about insurance and the open enrollment programs.
That's all on Friday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
Good morning.
Hi, John.
Hi.
What's up with you?
New hat.
New hat.
It's really
it's different.
It's nice.
It's a different hat.
It's a nice.
Is that Woodstock?
Yeah.
Okay.
My kid's really into the Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh, well, of
and
course.
So we were doing some shopping at the City Creek yesterday, and she saw a hat with Woodstock on it. And it's not, I don't normally wear hats,
Mhm.
and it's one of these flat build hats. Like the brim doesn't bend. Like
Even if you wanted it to.
like
That's-
a frame,
that's
it
the
just
snapback, I
goes
think it's
right
called.
back.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be hip today, wearing
good
a
luck with
flat
that.
build hat.
All
I
right.
actually did a like it or eat me on my hat yesterday, and
Oh.
it was a resounding eat me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
But I'm
you
gonna
know.
wear it anyway because I like it.
All right.
I might do the thing where I go
No,
side.
no.
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 No?
No.
Okay. That's a good idea. What you got today?
I've got some tickets to something to give away.
All right.
And we'll do the nonstop wingding,
Mhm.
and then new music at 12 o'clock for Like It or Eat Me.
All right. I'm picking your first song for the
Ooh, what is it?
thing, okay? Daft Punk.
Yes.
Oh,
I
good.
like that one.
Because I haven't heard it in a while, and I like it.
Go for it.
Okay. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
You know your way around a hot rod.
John Smith is next.
Keep listening, Kay.
A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts now. Utah's original alternative, X96.